fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit notimetowait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Progressive knows that boat days can come with unexpected problems.
It's been a tough Saturday on the lake. I ordered swim trunks in this orange cream color, but it's actually more orange auburn. Oh, and it's swimwear. I probably can't even return these.
If a real problem comes along, your boat's protected 24/7 with Progressive, so you can keep worrying about boater problems. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates, not available in D.C.
Back your hometown favorite. Get your very own exclusive University of Arizona debit card from Hughes Federal Credit Union. Pair your new card with a free checking account that earns dividends with no monthly fees, no minimum balance, and convenient 24/7 online and mobile banking. Visit one of our 7 convenient branch locations to get your card instantly or open an account online at hughesfcu.org/wildcats. Show your Wildcat spirit all year long with Hughes Federal Credit Union. Certain restrictions apply. Insured by NCUA.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
For over 40 years, Tucson has been putting its trust in First Chiropractic for auto and on-the-job injuries. They're locally owned and a proud sponsor of the U of A radio broadcasts. So if you've been injured, make the right choice. First
Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
KCUV Tucson, a Cumulus Media station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
And a great Tuesday afternoon to you. DK on the Sports Tip coming to you live from the CNWT. There we go. Gotta make sure we got the right camera going. So this is a different show today. This is a solo show that we've got going on here today. Solo show meaning that Dragon Ball, as if you were with us yesterday, he is on traffic this week with Cricket being on vacation. J-Dub has the day off. We have a lot of stuff going on at the end of the week. We have 7 live events coming up for you at the end of the week. We have 4 remote shows, 4 days of remote shows starting tomorrow. So we had to get some days off in and that kind of thing. Make sure everybody is fresh and ready to go for what is going to be a long next week beginning tomorrow. So I am with you today, flying the plane, doing all the talking, and entertaining you at 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. We are streaming the show as we normally do on all of our video channels. We'll see how that works out. A little bit different. It's kind of like what we do for the post-game show where I'm sitting in the seat here, but of course I have Glenn Howe and our guy Kelvin Ifan with me. I tried to start the show with a highlight, and for some reason that highlight didn't play. Let's see if I can get the highlight to play in this format.
7 Arizona. Fifita Back to throw with some time. Waits. Goes to the back of the end zone. Got a man open. It is caught. Touchdown, Arizona. Geno Richardson, the freshman, hauls it in. And the Wildcats can open up a 2-score lead.
Yes. Richardson on a crossing route in the back of the end zone. Noah Fifita drops an absolute dime in the back of the end zone, and Arizona again rips that momentum right away from Cincinnati.
Noah Fifita has been as sharp. Well, he's been sharp for 5 games now.
Yeah.
Doing it again here today.
He's been razor sharp today.
Second touchdown of the season for the freshman, and Noah Fifita has just set the school record for career touchdown passes. That was number 68 for Noah.
We're going to talk a little bit about Noah Fifita today. We had a chance to hear from Noah Fifita as we are at the tail end of spring football camp for your Arizona Wildcats. There is one practice left remaining. That'll be on Thursday, and there will be the spring showcase coming up on Saturday at the stadium. We'll dive into that. We will be live at the spring showcase once again this year, originating a show that will air here on Wildcats Radio 1290 from 5 o'clock in the afternoon to 7. So don't forget, you've got Arizona baseball coming up this weekend, the series against BYU. That'll be Thursday, Friday, Saturday versus Friday, Saturday, Sunday, because BYU does not play athletics on Sunday. So that's a Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So Saturday we'll have Arizona baseball to wrap up that 3-game series with you. That game starts at noon, and then we'll have the spring showcase broadcast coming up for you at between 5 and 7. Now, this will be the third time we've done this. The first time we did it, it really was more a lot of kind of a play-by-play scenario, because that was under the old structure, the final year of Jed Fish, the old structure of the spring game. In which they actually did get out there and ran a whole bunch of plays. Last year, it was a lot different. It was more of a fan fest type of event. The team did get out there and practice. There wasn't necessarily a whole lot of structure to it. There is a little bit of structure, but it's become less about the actual game as the years have gone on. A lot of the main guys don't play. It's really a lot for the younger guys and whatnot. And so I don't even know that we called any of the plays last year in the 2 hours that we were on the air. Really, for us, it's an opportunity. We're going to be up at the Sands Club again this year. We'll be where the alumni party is, and it's really a chance for us just to celebrate Arizona football, interview a lot of the alums that are going to be back this weekend, some that you hear on the show regularly and some that you don't. So that's kind of the fun of it, for us to get a chance to hear from guys that have worn the helmet and the pads and the Cardinal and Navy. And as our longtime coach and friend Dwayne Aquina used to say, have spilt blood for this university. That's really what the spring showcase is all about. And maybe if they line up for and do a little team, we might throw a little play-by-play in there, or at least comment on some of the guys that are doing well. I'll be straight with you. I've been to one practice. Today was practice number 13. I've been to one spring practice. I don't get to a lot of spring practices. We have a whole lot going on here, obviously, especially this year with the extension of the basketball season for Arizona into the Final Four, and traveling last week on some personal business. So really have not had a chance to get out and see a whole lot of Arizona football this spring. We'll dive deeper into that once we get to fall camp in August, but I'll just kind of repeat some of the things I saw in that one practice that I did go to as it relates to Noah Fifita and the practice settings that we saw in the fall. And you'll remember, we were the first ones to tell you last year how good this defense was going to be. From literally like the second or third day of fall camp last year, it was very clear. I mean, Danny Gonzalez, and you'll hear some Danny Gonzalez, because why wouldn't you want to hear Danny Gonzalez talk every single day? Because he is that kind of coach. So you'll hear some Danny Gonzalez as well today. But he last spring felt like this was going to be a top 15 defense, came out and said that. And And we all kind of thought, yeah, I mean, you've got veterans coming back, so it should be good. At least the back end we knew was going to be solid with all those guys and veterans that they had coming back, and you're trading Stukes and Dalton Johnsons and Jennison Smiths and all of those guys. We weren't sure what the upfront piece was going to look like, and the middle of what the middle piece was going to look like with them moving Chase Kennedy off the line, kind of back into a little bit of a rush linebacker style position. We didn't know. But it was very clear early on in camp how good the defense was going to be. And I said every day, if you listen to this show, I got on this show and I said every single day that the defense was winning, that they were absolutely dominating the offense. And there are a lot of people out there I would get texts and tweets about, why are you the only one saying that this defense is really good? Because I know football and I understand football. And I'll repeat something I said a few weeks ago. And God bless, there's a lot of people out here who talk about Arizona athletics and pontificate about Arizona athletics, and that's awesome. We need as many voices in the game as we can, but there's only one place where you're going to get people who have actually played significantly every week, and that's here. With the guys that we have, and Glenn Howe and Kelvin Ifan and the slew of folks that come on and talk, and Reggie Gearys and all those guys who come on regularly, and Lamont Lovitz and talk football, guys that actually played. And me, I did not play this game at a high level, but I grew up around the game. Grew up in an NFL household. So I like to think I know a little bit about the game too. And yeah, we routinely told you last fall how good this defense was going to be, and it became that last year as Danny Gonzalez and his crew back there, Brett Arce with the safeties, Chip Viney with the cornerbacks, Joe Salavea down low with the defensive linemen. I mean, they turned that defense into one heck of a unit in taking away the football, something that the Wildcats had not really done a lot in recent years, taking away the football at a high volume. And we didn't know what the offense was going to be in fall camp. I mean, again, the offense looked terrible during fall camp last year. It was the reason I say, again, is football, sports is a win-lose. It's a win-lose kind of scenario. And I'll stand by what I said last fall when I said if I was winning and losing, who won, who lost every day in fall camp last year, the defense won every single day. I don't know that there was one day that the offense won, that I could say the offense literally won today, because the defense was always making that many more plays than the offense made. So we didn't know what that offense was going to be, especially with a new offensive coordinator, with Noah Fifita coming off not such a great season in 2024. And to their credit, they got better and better and better as the season went on. And Noah broke records. He's going to break more records this year. And you've got arguably the best quarterback in the Big 12 coming back this year. That's one thing that gives you a whole lot of hope for this season coming up, is the fact that you've got probably, if not the top quarterback in the conference leading your program. Now, there's got to be other pieces. There's got to be an offensive line. I feel pretty good about the offensive line, but the one thing I really feel good about, and again, I don't really go to too many I think we get to go to one day of practice during the regular season, maybe two that are open to the media, and I don't generally get over to those because once the year starts, we have so much going on. But the one big difference in the practice setting from the one practice I saw in this spring versus what I saw in the fall was the confidence level in Noah Fifita. Okay, because last fall he didn't look real confident throwing the football. He looked very unsure, which was to be expected because he was learning a new system with Seth Daggy coming in, and there were going to be some growing pains. And that was one of the reasons why they were getting their ass kicked in practice 4, in practice 5, in practice 6. all the way through. I think there were 18 camp practices that we got to see, and that was the reason the defense was kicking their ass every single day last fall. But the one thing that really stood out to me when I went 2 weeks ago was the sheer confidence level and no hesitation level that I was seeing from Noah Fifita. He was not hesitant at all. He's got this system. Now, we saw it at the end of last year, and we're seeing that growth piece here in the spring. I did not see one piece of hesitation from Noah Fifita in that practice that I was at 2 weeks ago. And that's the one, if there's one thing that makes me feel really good about this program moving forward, is that he clearly has this offense down that Seth Dagey has handed him. And I think that's going to be the huge thing as we move into this second season, just the confidence level that he has and is going to be able to display with some new pieces. Obviously, you got Trey Spivey back. We talked about Chris Hunter a few weeks ago. That's one of my main things. Is this Chris Hunter's year? Is this the year Chris Hunter can finally step up and be a major piece of this offense? You've got some new running backs back there. Does Wesley Yarbrough get more of a chance this year? He looked really good at times last year. Power runner. Does he become the guys at one of those veteran guys? I feel really good what I saw from the offense, but again, it's spring ball. They're not wearing full pads, so I will reserve full judgment until we get to the fall and the pads really start smacking as you get close to the regular season. All right, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. You can call us at that number. You can text us at that number. Again, this is a solo show today, but
All directions at the intersection right now slowing down mightily, so avoid Park and Irvington if you can right now. Also, the other incident with property damage at West Ina Road and Northern Avenue. A lot of slowing here on Ina as you approach that little crash there. For your weather, currently sitting about 92 degrees, going to stay there for some time before we finally get our cool down here at 5 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Allstate. Wish you could save on home insurance? With Allstate, you could easily save and get quality protection. Yep, it's a win-win. So what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for a quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate.
It's DK on the sports tip. Did you hear what we were talking about? The kids who actually have the money to go out there and play tennis. Why haven't we produced any of them? DK on the sports tip, Monday through Fridays at 3, right here on Wildcats Radio, 1290.
I'm Pat Boyle, here to help you get the most of one sport. Rockets-Lakers game 2 tonight, and whether or not Kevin Durant plays, I think Jabari Smith should be attacking the glass. Smith had 12 rebounds in the Game 1 loss on Saturday. 5 of them came on the offensive boards. Smith played 43 minutes in Game 1. That number ain't ticking down too much if KD plays. At 6'11", he'll be asked to crash the glass all night again. This number 6.5 at plus money this morning. Let's go over on Jabari Smith's rebounds. I'm Pat Boyle. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. $4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
Think of waking up with energy, standing tall and feeling free. Think First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
First Chiropractic is pleased to announce that Access Health Plans now cover chiropractic care. A referral by your PCP is required. For more information, go to firstchiro.com, the most trusted name in chiropractic care. A proud U of A radio sponsor.
First Chiropractic, good health is to enjoy.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya.
Hooray!
That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Barn, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
In Tucson, Cool Willie's knows desert dust, dirt, and debris are the #1 AC killers when the heat hits. That's why our signature tune-up is the best way to get your system summer ready. Right now, we're offering a preseason AC reset, a deep internal clean where our technicians remove built-up dust, restore airflow, and prep your home before temperatures spike. First-time customers get their preseason AC reset for just $39, normally $129. Appointments fill fast before the first heat wave. Go to coolwillies.com and click Book Now.
So, what is it that scares you the most?
The blue trucks from Essential Pest Control, Doctor. They leave bugs belly up.
I use one of those national companies.
Thanks, Doc. Those guys don't scare me.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Buy local and stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. That's 866-3029. Or visit essentialpest.com.
K on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Arizona will not call a timeout. Bradley walks it across midcourt. 8 seconds left. 7, 6, 5. Bradley driving on Torrey. Looking for the shot. Drives right. Hang it from there. It's good! And the Cats have won it! Jaden Bradley hangs it for 2. Cats on to the finals!
Jaden Bradley, an absolute closer. The player of the year, makes a play of the year play at the end.
Jaden Bradley's shot heard around the world to knock out Iowa State at the Big 12 tournament. That was the male highlight of the year last night at the Catsies. Now, if you're not familiar with the Catsies, the Catsies is an interesting event. It always kind of sneaks up on me. I was like, every time I ask, okay, when are the Catsies this year? Oh, it's tonight. Oh, it's tomorrow night. I completely miss this event every single year because it's usually around because we are getting close to that time. If you're not familiar, the Catsies is Arizona Athletics' annual end of the year awards banquet that they have, and it's a little bit different. Obviously, we're coming to the end of the instruction part of the school calendar. The graduation, I believe, is less than a month now. May 15th, Friday night, May 15th. So we're probably that's 3 weeks from this coming weekend. We'll be celebrating this most recent class of graduates at the University of Arizona. So the Catsies every year happens. And obviously there are still sports that are being played after the school year ends, after the instruction part of the year ends, because the actual academic year does not end until the end of June. But so they kind of incorporate the events that have happened since the beginning of the school year into some of the things that happened at the end of last year. Like there was a lot of emphasis last night with the Arizona baseball team that went to the World Series, because that's an event that happened after last year's Catsies. So there were some folks that were honored as a result of some of the late spring sports that happened last year and that obviously are still continuing. We have not gotten to the end of those seasons: tennis, golf, track and field, baseball, softball, and the such. So they kind of actually intermingle two separate school years into the Catsies every year. So there were a ton of award winners. We'll go through the list of some of these. We mentioned, obviously, you heard the highlight there, Jaden Bradley. So they have a highlight of the year is one of the awards that they have every year. And men's and women's. A lot of these awards are both men's and women's sides as they award all of our student athletes. The highlight of the year on the women's side was Kelly Wetland winning the NCAA individual championship for Arizona Triathlon, as well as having an undefeated season. And we've talked about that ad nauseum on this show. We had Kelly on. Obviously, they had the celebration outside of the Davis Center back earlier this year, and Kelly came on the program from there, and we talked about how she won every single meet, and J-Dub has said that's probably, he believes, one of the most impressive athletic performances. If we were going to put out, and I hate the Mount Rushmore, so I don't like necessarily use that term, but if we were going to put out all-time greatest individual performances in the history of Arizona athletics, Kelly Wetland having an undefeated meet season and following that up winning the individual national championship would have to be right there. Would have to absolutely be right there in terms of individual accomplishments, not to mention a team accomplishment in Arizona winning a second consecutive national title in triathlon, and this year, in fact, doing it at the home course of their main rival, Arizona State. So not only beating Arizona State and winning the Territorial Cup point, but winning the national title on their course, and Kelly Wetland doing so on the individual side. That was your highlight of the year for the women, and deservedly so. Spirit Squad Member of the Year, I would imagine that was from the band. Brooke Moeller took that award. Team Performance of the Year, no question that also went to the gentlemen of your Arizona basketball team for what they were able to do this year and in clinching a return trip to the Final Four.
9 seconds left. Can you believe it? Yes, you can. The Wildcats headed to their 5th Final Four. We'll see you in Indy on Saturday. An incredible second half as the Wildcats outscore Purdue 48-26 in the second half. They rally from 7 down. They beat the Boilermakers. The 1 seed is headed back to the Final Four. It's been a while. It's going to be great to see it again. What? Saturday, semifinals. Championship on Monday. Arizona wins it 79-64.
We could listen to those highlights for a long, long time, for sure. So your team performance of the year, Arizona men's basketball, returning to the Final Four for the first time since 2001. Your unsung hero, Chuba Ma'ai, the offensive tackle turned defensive lineman turned offensive lineman for your Arizona Wildcats football team. Chuba had a great year, played well on the field, was a big part of that football team that won 9 wins, had a lot going on off the field as well with his, chilling with Chuba and going out to restaurants and trying food and all of that. I mean, definitely one of the personalities that we really enjoyed watching on that University of Arizona football team and following this year. So congratulations to Chuba Ma'ai as well. Your newcomer of the year, how about Braden Burries, newcomer of the year? Now, this generally, it can be it's kind of taken, it used to be, I think, and I don't think they do the freshman of the year anymore. They've kind of taken to the way of most of the conferences now and just honoring a newcomer. So that can be a freshman or it can be a transfer, as it is on the women's side. The newcomer of the year, a freshman on the men's side in Braden Burries, but your newcomer of the year on the women's side. How about Serenity Trice, the transfer speedster for Arizona softball? So congratulations to Braden and Serenity for their awards. The AD Leadership Award, that went to Jay Friend, who is going to leave the University of Arizona as one of the, if not the most decorated tennis players, men's tennis players that you're going to find. We're going to talk some Arizona men's tennis a little bit later in the show. Alexander Sasha Rosen is going to join us from the Arizona men's tennis team. They came up a little bit short in the Big 12 tournament, did the Wildcats, but they did get the conference regular season championship. So congratulations to them on that. So we'll talk to Alexander a little bit about that. The selections for the tennis NCAA tournament are still a week away. They'll be next Monday. So we will wait and see what happens with that team. But going back to the NCAA tournament, once again, your Arizona Wildcats, and so a lot of excitement right now around that team. The Inspiration Award. This is an interesting one. It went to Stephanie Rondon from the Arizona beach volleyball team, and we're also going to talk to some of them. They've got the big tournament coming up, Big 12s this week. We'll chat beach volleyball tomorrow on the show when we're live at Showtime Cards. But she had 3 ACL tears during her time here as a University of Arizona athlete, and she overcame that to get back competing. She's a member of the Student Athlete Advisory Council, Team Impact, among others. She's really made an impact off the field while she has battled to get back on the field. So congratulations to Stephanie Rondon for winning the Inspiration Award. Women's Community Service. How about Taylor Beal from Arizona Softball? Taylor has led the way in community service, consistently giving of her time during her years as a infielder for Caitlin Lowe's ball club. Senior senior weekend is coming up for Arizona softball this weekend. We'll have all three of those games over on Freedom 1400, so you'll definitely want to check out, get down to Hillenbrand and celebrate a large group of seniors who will be playing their final games at home this weekend before they head off to the Big 12 tournament next week in Oklahoma City. Genesis Smith won the Men's Community Service Award. No surprise there. Genesis has his own foundation. We've talked about that throughout his time here at the University of Arizona. And we're going to dive a little bit more into Genesis Smith a little bit later in the show. Obviously we focus a lot on basketball during the months of February and March, so we haven't really had a chance to get into something that Genesis said at the NFL Combine when he was there in February, which really kind of put into perspective something that we noticed, again, during the season, because we have gentlemen on our programs who have played the game and know the game. And we talked a little bit about some things we were seeing with Genesis and his play last year as the season went on. And so we'll dive into, now we have a clear indication of why we were seeing some of those things from Genesis Smith last year. So we'll get into that as well. The Team Community Service Award went to the football team. I mean, Brent Brennan has that crew out in the community. They do so much. It is great to see Arizona football and everything that they do out in the community. The GPA, top GPA, Arizona men's tennis won the top GPA on the men's side. Arizona beach volleyball, top GPA on the women's side. We'll get into the Ruby Award and Sapphire Award winners later. Those are your most outstanding athlete on both the men's and the women's side at the University of Arizona. So a great night again at the Catsies. It's always a fabulous night. The kids come decked out. They have a red carpet. Always head on over to AZ Athletics, their Twitter account and Facebook page, and see all the great pictures of the kids as they are arriving for their one major dress-up night of the year. If you were there, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Would love to hear from you on another night of the Catsies. I don't think they streamed the event this year. They usually do on a lot of occasions, but we didn't get a chance to hear any of the speeches. But if we get into that audio in the next few days, we'll be sure to pass that along to you. All right, while great things are happening down at the University of Arizona, great things, as always, are happening up at Pima College as well. Another great athletics year there. Women's basketball winning a national championship. Men's basketball finishing 5th overall in the nation. Soccer getting back to the national tournament once again. We are going to dive into how the celebration of Aztec athletics is coming together with a young lady who is at the forefront of a new group called Aztec Tough Spirit Committee. Gianna Martinez is going to join us on the program straight ahead. DK on the Sports Tip. Love to talk to you at 520-848-1290. Right now, Dragon Ball is getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
Traffic and weather together. We've been into with property damage over at West Valencia Road and South Sparrow Avenue. This is just east of Camino del Oeste, so prepare for some backup there. And we also have one over at North I-10 Frontage Road going eastbound. This is near Grant. Reports of a disabled vehicle blocking the right lane there again on the I-10 Frontage Road going eastbound near Grant. For your weather, currently sitting at about 92 degrees. We'll get down to about 76 later tonight. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Liberty Mutual Insurance. Switch to Liberty Mutual, and they'll customize your auto and home insurance so you only pay for what you need. Why pay full price when you can customize and save? For more information, visit libertymutual.com.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Spring is bug season. Go blue with Essential Pest Control. We'll eliminate those bugs, bees, and termites. Stop paying too much with those national providers. Essential Pest Control is a bug's worst nightmare.
I can't sleep at night.
Essential Pest Control. Call 866-3029. EssentialPest.com.
Here she comes. Surprise! They sent a duplicate shipment to your flower shop. Now you have to pay for 1,000 extra carnations. Also, there's a beehive outside your store, and they're super aggressive. There's thousands
Progressive knows small business owners usually don't like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise, saving 13% on commercial auto insurance when you pay in full.
Also, the egg salad you just ate was expired. Gross.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
At Kohl's, spring style starts with the season's best shoe sale and continues with 15% off the rest of your looks. But with great outfits from Kohl's, what happens next is unexpected. Strangers ask where you shop. The breeze feels like it's blowing just for you. Your kids post for photos willingly. Yep, great spring outfits can do that kind of thing. Find yours at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. Select styles, offers end April 26th. Some exclusions apply. See store or Kohl's.com for details.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Wildcat fans, it's time to renew your season tickets. Renewals are now live for Arizona football, men's and women's basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Not a season ticket holder? Well, now's your chance to become one, as new season tickets are also on sale. Visit ArizonaWildcats.com/renew or call 520-621-CATS, that's 621-2287, to renew or buy new season tickets. And remember, the deadline to renew is May 1st. Bear down.
Hi, I'm Jordan Benjamin with Done Right Services. When your home or business needs HVAC, plumbing services, or electrical work, choose a genuine local Tucson company, Done Right Services. With decades of trusted experience and upfront pricing, Done Right Services treats every customer like a valued neighbor. From upgrades to urgent repairs, our licensed professionals deliver quality, care, and craftsmanship you can count on, getting it done right. Call Done Right Services today at 520-369-3966 because you deserve it done right.
You're listening to The Jim Rome Show.
Give the show a couple of weeks. You're not going to like it. Nobody likes this show the first time they heard it. My wife hated the show. I married her. Give it 2 weeks. If after 2 weeks you can honestly say to me, you know what, Rome, I did it. I listened to every day for 2 weeks, and the truth is, I hate you more now than I did the first day. Then I'm going to be man enough to say to you, you know what, you probably aren't that smart. You need 2 more weeks.
We love Jim Rome every Monday through Friday on Wildcats Radio 1290.
Hey, that was our exit. We're going to miss the first pitch.
Just got to make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now you can get an extra $10 bonus on your first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry's stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code AZ3.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
The Timberwolves beat the Nuggets in Game 2 of the Western Conference first round. Anthony Edwards looked much more like himself in Game 2 than he did in Game 1. After a slow start, Minnesota bounced back in the second quarter, and the game was tied at halftime. Julius Randle had 24, 9, and 6 to help Edwards out. Jokic and Murray combined for 54 points, but it wasn't enough. Game 3, Nuggets and Timberwolves, is Thursday night. I'm Chris Blatt.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. It's been another great year of athletics up at Pima College. We mentioned the women's basketball team winning a national championship. Men getting back to their national tournament as well, going undefeated for a second straight season in the regular season part of the schedule. There's a whole lot to cheer about up on West Anklam Road. And there's a young lady who wants to make sure that you are cheering the right way. Gianna Martinez joins us on the show right now. She's a student at Pima College. She has started the Aztec Tough Spirit Committee. Gianni, appreciate you taking some time to join us. I am pronouncing your name correct.
Yes, Gianni. Yeah.
Outstanding. Now, Gianni, give me your background. You grew up here in Tucson. Where'd you go to high school, and how long have you been a student at Pima College?
Yeah, so I was born in Phoenix.
Okay.
So I'm originally a Sun Devil. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I know. I'm originally a Sun Devil. My mom went there. She got her bachelor's in bachelor's in psychology. Now she's she works for the state. But yeah, I grew up in Tucson. My whole family lives here. I went to Saguaro High School for all 4 years. I loved it. Go Cougars. I love my Saguaro family. And then, I've been at Pima roughly on and off for like 3 years now. I know it sounds crazy. I'm like a super sophomore at this point. But eventually I'll get out of here. I love Pima so much. So I'm almost done. I have like maybe a year and a half left until I transfer over to ASU.
Okay, so obviously I would imagine you're a big sports fan. You go to the games.
Oh, yeah.
So what, how did this whole thing to kind of start the Spirit Committee start?
Yeah, so I guess what they had at Pima was like a meet and greet with the boys basketball team. So I figured, okay, well, I'll go to the meet and greet. I'll meet some of the players. I'll get a few season passes, and then I'll go to the game. Well, I went, in front of Student Life. They were playing ping pong, and I was interacting with these basketball players. They were just like nice guys. Like I felt like I was talking to like one of my brothers. Like they were so friendly, so open to chatting with me. It wasn't very intimidating at all. Like you think you meet like athletes and you would be scared or like maybe they're a little bit intimidating. They were just so friendly and so welcoming. So they said, hey, why don't you come to one of our games? So I went to one of the games. I found out later on in the season that they had been undefeated. So they were like 18, 19 games in, and they've won every single one since. And I was like, oh, my God, that's amazing. But when I got to the game, I didn't see anyone super hyped about it. I was like, what's happening? Where are all the fans? Like, where's the noise? Nobody's making noise. Everybody's just, like, clapping. Like, it was golf claps. I was like, this is not how you're supposed to watch basketball. Like, I see the Zona Zoo at the U of A, and I'm like, they're hyped for their people. And they are just always, like rowdy and loud and excited. It makes you want to be a Wildcat, even though I don't want to be a Wildcat. Like, I would just love to sit in the student section. So I got to one of the games for the men's basketball team. They won that night. And I started talking up with Ray. He's the athletics page manager for Pima. I started talking with him, and, he introduced me to a few people. And I wanted to kickstart something that Pima's never had before, and I honestly don't know why, because our athletics work so hard to get the records that they get, and they're such good sports. Like, track and field's doing great, softball's doing great. I figured, where are the fans? Where are the people that are supposed to be making the noise? I didn't see any of that there, and I wanted to make a change.
Gianni Martinez is our guest. She is with the Aztec Tough Spirit Committee. I think, in fact, Gianni, I was at the final game where I was at both the men and the women's when they both clinched to go to the national tournament games, and I believe you were kind of sitting in the corner. You had a big sign, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. I probably did. I think I was at that game too. That was our student section. So that was super fun. Just being able to be there and witness the girls go to nationals and the guys go to nationals. It was just so fun. It's really, really fun to see that.
All right, so you're trying to grow this organization, and you've got a fundraiser coming up. It's called Field Day Fundraiser. This is coming up tomorrow, as a matter of fact, on campus, right around lunchtime, 11 a.m. to 1:30 over at the soccer field. So what is this event?
Yeah, so as a committee, we start off with really nothing in our accounts. So we kind of have to fundraise in order to get those funds to say, I want to get eventually a custom-made banner for all indoor sports. So coming to the fall season, we're going to have volleyball. And I figured, well, why don't we have our own custom banner that says Warrior Zone so students know where to sit specifically when they go to the volleyball games. So that's something we want to talk about, in the future. But this fundraiser specifically is our first one of the season. We're really hoping for a big turnout. We're going to have so many fun things. Pima Foundation was actually able to sponsor us and purchase a blow-up obstacle course for us, which was so amazing of them to do. Yeah, they're great. And so we had a meeting with them. They said they love what I'm doing and they can't wait to have this obstacle course at the fundraiser. So basically what we're doing is we're charging everyone to come into the event, right? So it's $10 general admission. You get a wristband, and that gets you in to participate in the obstacle course run with a friend or a faculty member. Whoever wins that obstacle course run actually gets a medal. So we decided to hand out medals this year. And we also are going to have, water balloon fight, which is what we call water balloon dodgeball. So we got little water guns, just tiny little toy ones that we're going to use as well. And then a last minute decision I wanted, because I really wanted to give a big shout out and thanks to all the coaches, the faculty and the staff that have been able to support these student athletes throughout their whole career. I figured, why not have a friendly faculty flag football game? So we're doing we're doing that as well. We're getting all faculty, coaches, teachers, everybody's staff out there to participate and be a part of something and just have fun. Flag football, whether whether you're not, you can run or not. just get out there and have fun.
This is a perfect warm weather event. You've got water balloon dodgeball and water gun battles. I like that. I like that. Again, this is Field Day fundraiser for the Aztec Tough Spirit Committee. It's tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1:30 over on the West Campus soccer field. $10 general admission gets you in for all of this fun. They're encouraging you to wear shorts and shirts as well as bring a change of clothes because there's water involved, so you don't want to have to go back to class or work all wet. If not, so I heard you mention Warrior Zone. So is that the official name for what you guys are doing in terms of the section where you want to create that exciting atmosphere?
Yeah, so like I said earlier, so U of A has Zona Zoo, which is okay, cool. I figured since we're Aztecs and we are warriors, I figured, well, why not have our own Warrior Zone? So yeah, that is the official name of our official student section. It's called the Warrior Zone, and I'm just so excited to get it started and to do something that Pima has never had before.
All right, so you obviously got this started. How many folks now are involved in this with you?
Well, we have some help from, some people in student life. So my student life coordinator, Nikaylee, she's the best. She helps me fill out all the paperwork, get all the money so that we can, get stuff and order things. So she's, a part of not our group, but she's definitely a part of how we got a startup. And then I have a member, her name's Sophia. She does work in student life as well. I also have a treasurer, an advisor, and then my social media representative who's been by my side since day one, helping me make flyers, helping me get the word across. She runs our social media account. She's amazing. Her name's Carissa, and she's my right-hand lady. She's amazing. I also have my vice president and treasurer. His name is Trey. And all three of us really have done this together as a group, and our group is official because, again, we have the required members. But, again, it's just it's a group of 4 people. We are looking to expand, but because it's so close to the end of the semester, we're kind of hoping to get more recruits in the fall.
All right, and you are your background again. You went to Saguaro High School. You're studying journalism.
I am. Yes, Walter Cronkite is the goal over there at ASU.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm trying to get my bachelor's in journalism. Get my foot in the door again with writing stories and reporting. Like, I've always been really good at asking questions. I figured, why not get paid for it? So, let's do a career in something that I love. I used to do the massage therapy program here at Pima, and I did pretty well, but I wanted to transition into something I'm more passionate about that's going to make a bigger difference in my life and the lives around me. So I figured, why not do what I've always loved to do and, write again. So, yeah.
So now you'll be back in the fall in school, or are you done this semester?
Oh, no. I still got a little more left. But, yes,
Okay.
I will be back in the fall here at West Campus at
Okay.
Pima.
All right. So we'll see. Yeah. Hopefully we'll see this whole thing take off under your leadership next year, as you mentioned, starting with volleyball and coach's outstanding program there, and leading into soccer next fall.
Yes.
I mean, again, it's been the last few years have just been tremendous for all the sports up there at Pima. And how did you feel? Just give me what your feeling was when you saw the women's team win the national title.
Oh, it was just, oh my God. You know what? I'm going to say it right now. I'm going to put it on the record. I do feel like my group and I had a little bit of, influence on how they got there. I mean, if you think about it, us, being there and hyping them up gave them a little extra boost of confidence to finish out each game stronger than ever. And that just pushed them to the national conference. And I was just so proud of every single one of those ladies on there. They have worked so hard. That coach, he's amazing. He's just as amazing on the court as he is off the court. Such a genuine, great man. And he's just he loves what we're doing for his girls. And I love what we did for those girls. I love that I got to see them play. And then, I'm going to say it again. I feel like we had a little bit of, to do with it.
Oh, absolutely.
And and I continue to do the same for each sport. I want each sport to have that hype, that support from their students and their student athletes. I feel like it's just something every student here at Pima should experience at least once or twice.
Well, Gianni, continued success. I'm a member of the Pima College Athletics Hall of Fame, and so anything that we can do to help you promote this, please do not hesitate to reach out.
Yeah, well, I hope I get to see you tomorrow. Wouldn't that be so fun, you in the flag football tournament?
I used to be pretty good at flag football back in the day. I don't know so much anymore. I'm kind of old now, but I don't move as good as I used to. But Gianni, continued success. Thanks so much for telling us about bringing us up to speed on this event coming up tomorrow.
Of course. Thank you so much. It was nice talking to you. I hope to see you soon.
Gianni Martinez, Aztec Tough Spirit Committee. That is one fun event they've got going on tomorrow, 11 a.m. to 1:30. If you don't have anything going on for lunch, head on over there and check it out. Get your water gun battle, your water balloon dodgeball, and your faculty flag football game. Well, unless you're teaching in the faculty, you might not be able to play in that, but they might let you. They might let you get in there against the faculty and see if you can get some score a touchdown or two. DK on the Sports Tip, 520-848-1290. Solo show today, flying the plane all by myself. We've got 2 more hours coming up with you. We're going to talk Arizona men's tennis. In the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to dive into Arizona basketball. Coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, we're going to get you a little background on your new guard, Derek Dixon. That's straight ahead. DK on the Sports Tip. I'm David Kelly. You're listening to Wildcats Radio 1290.
Injury Attorneys Traffic Center. This is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. A lot of things still going on for April here in the I-10 Keno to Irvington work, with northbound and southbound Palo Verde Road between Irvington and I-10 still having some lane restrictions in place. Eastbound and westbound Ahaway west of Keno Parkway reduced to 1 lane daily from 5 a.m. till 8 p.m. as well. Again, all that continuing through April of this year. For your weather, still sitting at 92 degrees. Will stay that way. And a reminder that tomorrow the high will be 89. I'll Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
In Tucson, a lot of people make their living on construction sites, on the road, or working in warehouses across town. If you're injured at work, you have rights. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
You're close to your journey's end. You're winning half the battle, and then it happens. A rattle. You got this. Just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care and a community of grateful Wildcat fans as we say thank you and congratulations to Coach Lloyd and our Arizona Wildcats on a record 36 wins, Big 12 championship, and a trip to the Final Four. Thank you for another great year. For nearly 6 decades, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care has been an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. We've seen a long history of Wildcat teamwork and excellence. And we know Arizona drivers are counting on that same kind of service for their car's next championship drive to work, school, or back home again. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care will be there with affordable tires and award-winning service at 14 area locations. This month, we've got an entire page of online savings for Wildcat fans. Check out jackfurriers.com/bear down and save up to $140 on the tire brands you love, like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal, and even more championship savings on automotive service. Stop by, call ahead, or make an appointment online. We're ready to help. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Grabbed by Del Orso, who drives the baseline and slams it home. He did what?
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Swing into spring with $145,000 in cash and prizes only at Casino Del Sol. Every week, you could win up to $1,000 in free play and win an invitation to the grand finale on May 29th, where $20,000 in cash and prizes is up for grabs. Don't strike out. Stop by for your free daily entry ticket and get in on the action. Join us for drawings every Friday and Sunday at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. only at Casino Del Sol, an enterprise of the Pascua Yaqui tribe.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair.
Spring is here and we've already experienced hot weather. Is your air conditioner ready for the long hot summer? For the month of April, Picture Rock's Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing will be offering a $99 home wellness plan for all new customers. This includes your spring maintenance, fall maintenance, and a plumbing maintenance. Call now, 520-492-0748, or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
You know it, your neighbors know it, and let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was, and even better. Dorado Rock Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Tuned to DK on the Sports Tip weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
On the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
So have you ever been to this resort in Sedona? I know a lot of you out there, and pardon me, I'm working on the unfamiliar side of the board today, so I still got to get my camera shots right. I am on camera too. Have you ever been to this resort, Ambient Sedona, where all the NFL shenanigans took place between New England Patriots head coach, alleged shenanigans between New England Patriots head coach Mike Vrabel and NFL insider Diana Rossini. I know a lot of you go up to Sedona. I've been to Sedona. I don't know that I don't think I've ever actually stayed overnight in Sedona. Actually, I have. I have stayed overnight there, but it was at a hotel. It was not at the plush Ambient Sedona. That might be just a little bit out of my price range to be staying at the Ambient. But if you stayed at the Ambient, I'd love to hear from you today about this spot, what it's all about. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. It is billed as an adults only. I guess by adults only, that basically just means that there's no kids allowed at this particular resort. We have resorts all over town. We have Star Pass, which is very kid friendly. We have Ventana Canyon, Lowe's Ventana Canyon. That's kid friendly. We have Hilton El Conquistador. That can be kid friendly. But I don't know that we have what's the one where all the Miraval out in the boonies where all the stars go, Miraval. I would imagine that might be our version of Ambient. I don't know that they allow kids at Miraval. I've never stayed at Miraval. I think I've driven past it once or twice. So if you've been to Miraval, 520-848-1290, you can let me know if kids are allowed at Miraval. But I've never been to Ambient. I've never seen it. I don't know that I remember seeing any signs driving through Sedona. I know I have a buddy, he goes up there a lot. He hits the galleries. He's a big art guy, so he hits a lot of the galleries and art galleries and stuff in Sedona. But if you've been to Ambient, I'd like to hear what Ambient is all about. What we do know is that finally, with the NFL draft upon us, the NFL draft is now just, we are 48 hours away, a little over 48 hours, 49 hours away, because I think it starts at 5 o'clock on Thursday. So we're 49 hours away from the NFL draft. We finally heard from Mike Vrabel today on this whole thing. Now, if you've been living under a rock for the last 2 weeks, Mike Vrabel and this NFL insider were caught in pictures that were released by the New York Post, page 6. That's the gossip page of the New York Post. And they were hanging out at the pool. They were sitting in the jacuzzi. They were up on a rooftop. It looked like they might have been dancing or something. Fingers interlocked. Hugs being given. There are no pictures of them actually doing anything like kissing or anything of that nature. Even the picture of them just kind of hanging out of the pool looks very mundane. It's not like Diana Rossini was hanging all over Mike Vrabel in the pool or anything like that. And there's nothing of that nature outside of the pictures of them on the rooftop. It looks like they're dancing or something of sort. They both came out early and denied that it was anything less than or anything more than what you were saying. There was a group of people there. And there's no group of people in the shot. But were there more people there? Only they can tell us that. Maybe the people who were working there, and they probably are not saying anything. But we finally did hear from Mike Vrabel today. So let's hear what Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the New England Patriots, had to say about this controversy that has embroiled his team as they get ready for the NFL draft.
I've had some difficult conversations with people that I care about, with my family, the organization, the coaches, the players. Those have been positive and productive. We believe in order to be successful on and off the field, you have to make good decisions. That includes me. That starts with me. We never want our actions to negatively affect the team. We never want to be the cause of a distraction. And what Those are comments and questions that I've answered for the team and with the team. We'll keep those private and, to ourselves. I care deeply about this football team, and I'm excited to coach them. I also know that I'm going to attack each day with humility and focus. And what I can promise you is that my family, this organization, the team, the staff, the coaches, everybody, our fans, most importantly, will get the best version of me going forward. And that's what I know, and I'm excited to do that. But I wanted to just address this and thank you for your patience in dealing with the private and personal matter.
All right, there you go. Mike Vrabel speaking on that today. Did not take any questions on the matter during his pre-draft press conference, but did at least address the elephant in the room that was out there, and that he's, like he said, has had to have some difficult conversations with folks around him. Ohio State linebacker, played in the NFL, played for the Patriots, won Super Bowls with the Patriots. Now their head coach got them back to the AFC Championship game. And into the Super Bowl this past year, where they lost to the Seattle Seahawks. So we'll see how that all plays out moving forward. They're always, great organizations are always going to have controversy. Name me a top organization in sports that has not had controversy. The Lakers, controversy. When they were good. The Yankees have had controversy. A lot of that came from upstairs in the owner's box. A lot of the controversy for the Patriots comes upstairs from the owner's box. Robert Kraft. There have been many, many franchises in many, many sports that have had the good ones that have had controversy, and this is just another one that they are dealing with now in New England. So if you are a Patriots fan, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. What did you think? What did you take away from what your head coach had to say today? Have you lost any faith in your head coach as a result of this incident? 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290 is the number to get in on the program. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. Everything you want to know about all the teams that we cover, whether it's Pima College, as we were talking about at the top of the hour, whether it's University of Arizona, Suns, Diamondbacks, Cardinals, all of it, local high school athletics. We're starting to get, we're turning the corner on the end of the spring sports season as we get into start to head to the postseason events. Who's going to win the baseball state championship? Who's going to win the softball state championship? Who's going to dominate in track and field at state this year? We will be answering those questions here in the next 30 days as the high school portion of the academic schedule comes to a close. A lot of that you can find on our app, plus all the shows, all of the great interviews, the interview with Jana Martinez. You'll be able to find that there if you missed it. In our last hour coming up, we've got Adam Lucas is going to join us on the show. Adam Lucas writes and pods. He is the Carolina Insider podcast host. There have been a lot of connections in recent years between the Arizona Wildcats and the North Carolina Tar Heels. Two players that began their college careers at the University of North Carolina have ended up playing at the University of Arizona. Well, at least one has played. One is about to play. One player that began his career here at the University of Arizona will likely finish his college career at the University of North Carolina if he decides to stay there. And then, of course, University of North Carolina replaced their coach, their head coach, this past month. And there was some talk that they wanted that coach to be your head coach, Tommy Lloyd. So we'll dive into all of that with Adam Lucas, who will join us coming up here from Carolina Insider Podcast. We'll get his thoughts on Derek Dixon, your new guard. Is he a point guard? Is he an off guard? Can he play both? Is he a combo guard? We'll ask Adam Lucas all of those questions and get you some thoughts on all of that. 520-848-1290. Again, if you're a Patriots fan, want to hear from you on Mike Vrabel and what you think of what he had.
Debris on the right shoulder slowing things down there, so try to go and get out of the right lane there as you approach milepost 275 there on the I-10 going eastbound. Another crash for this one with more property damage over at North Dodge Boulevard and East Kleinedale Road. This is just north of Fort Lowell, so you're going to see a lot of slowdown right now on Dodge going towards that crash. For your weather, still sitting about 92 degrees. The cool down happening, going all the way to 76 degrees once we get to 9 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 traffic and weather together.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop summitracing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 3rd, 2026.
With Bet365 Early Payout, you win even if they lose. Get paid out instantly when your team goes up big, even if they blow the lead later. Bet365. Winning is everything. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Arizona.
Veterans and active duty service members. When your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Progressive presents Heroes That Keep Truckers Going. Today's hero, the Rest Up Bathroom Custodian. Is there toilet paper? No. Paper towels? No. Clean stalls? Also no. But the soap dispenser is full, and that counts for something. Thanks, hero. Know what else keeps truckers going? Progressive's expanded cargo protection through their enhanced Cargo Plus coverage. Get a quote at progressivecommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Coverage subject to policy terms, limits, and conditions. Not available in California.
Tobacco Barn presents the continuing saga of Captain Tobacco.
We now join our damsel in distress tied to the railroad tracks, a victim of high tobacco prices.
Help! Somebody save me!
Never fear, my dear. Captain Tobacco is here.
Captain, high prices are coming down the track.
You'll never stop my high prices. Pardon me while I untie this fair lady.
It's Tucson's only place to save up to 40% on all your favorite tobacco products.
There, you're free.
My hero.
Rats.
You'll pay no city or state sales tax because they're on the reservation, and save up to another $3 off with a coupon at tobaccobarntucson.com.
Now for you, high prices, I dare ya. Hooray! That's why I'm Captain Tobacco, fighting high tobacco prices everywhere.
Captain, I could just kiss you.
Oh, no.
Oh, brother. Tobacco Bar, Nogales Highway, just south of Valencia. Check tobaccobarntucson.com.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care and a community of grateful Wildcat fans as we say thank you and congratulations to Coach Lloyd and our Arizona Wildcats on a record 36 wins, Big 12 championship, and a trip to the Final Four. Thank you for another great year. For nearly 6 decades, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care has been an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. We've seen a long history of Wildcat teamwork and excellence, and we know Arizona drivers are counting on that same kind of service for their car's next championship drive to work, school, or back home again. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care will be there with affordable tires and award-winning service at 14 area locations. This month, we've got an entire page of online savings for Wildcat fans. Check out jackfurriers.com/bear down and save up to $140 on the tire brands you love, like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal, and even more championship savings on automotive service. Stop by, call ahead, or make an appointment online. We're ready to help. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Previous turnaround jump hook is good. Gawaka takes away the rebound and slams it home. It's a man's game.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
From offices and warehouses to retail spaces and restaurants, the right lighting transforms your environment. At Arizona Commercial Lighting, we've been proudly locally owned and operated for nearly 40 years. Our extensive inventory of in-stock lighting solutions is designed to meet both commercial and residential needs, with quality, variety, and value you won't find anywhere else. Visit us at 1436 East 17th Street or explore our offerings online at azcommerciallighting.com. Be sure to ask about available TEP rebates. Arizona Commercial Lighting, powering business through precision lighting.
In Tucson, Cool Willie's knows desert dust, dirt, and debris are the #1 AC killers when the heat hits. That's why our signature tune-up is the best way to get your system summer ready. Right now, we're offering a preseason AC reset, a deep internal clean where our technicians remove built-up dust, restore airflow, and prep your home before temperatures spike. First-time customers get their preseason AC reset for just $39, normally $129. Appointments fill fast before the first heat wave. Go to coolwillies.com and click Book Now.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, the transfer portal is open for business in college basketball. Wildcats 2 out and 2 in. One of those 2 in is another guard from the University of North Carolina. Derek Dixon is going to be an Arizona Wildcat next season, playing for Tommy Lloyd, second guard who has come into this program from North Carolina following Caleb Love several years ago. Let's talk a little bit about the dynamic of Arizona and Carolina in recent years. Pleased to be joined by Adam Lucas. He is with the Carolina Insider Podcast, knows everything. He's written 7 books about North Carolina basketball. First of all, Adam, appreciate you joining us. 7 books. What have these 7 books about North Carolina basketball covered?
Some of them come with the pictures even not colored, so that's really something special. People really like those. There's been a little bit of everything. Some various championship books, and one on the '57 team looking back that went undefeated, and we had our 100 years of basketball in there, so we did a book on that. So anytime you win something big or celebrate something big, that's always a good occasion to try to put a book together.
All right, I mentioned obviously there's been an interesting dynamic the last few years. A couple of guards have come to Arizona from North Carolina. Let's start from the beginning with Caleb Love. Obviously, he was a guard that helped, lead that Hubert Davis team to the Final Four before he decided to make a change. What was your impression of Caleb, his time there with North Carolina, and why a move might have been right for him when he left to come here to Arizona?
I think Caleb at Carolina was very similar to the Caleb you saw at Arizona. Really able to score, not afraid of any moment at all, willing to take any shot at any time, no matter what the pressure or situation might have been. Good teammate. His teammates liked him. Why was it the right time to make a move? I think he felt like he had gone about as far as he could, maybe with this coaching staff, and just needed a little change of scenery. I think maybe he felt like he was getting some of the responsibility for some of the losses that he felt like maybe didn't belong to him. So I think that was one of those situations where both parties kind of felt like maybe we would both be better off if we just had a different setting. And Caleb obviously thrived in Tucson and still playing well.
It's interesting. We're in this new era of college basketball where there's a lot of guys transferring, guys playing for a number of programs. We have a guard in Kerr Kriisa who's probably going to play on his 7th team coming up here in Arizona, was one of those teams. I always ask this question. What homecoming is the guy going to go back to? Is he going to? In instance, we had a gentleman who played here, Keyshawn Johnson, who played with Caleb here, and he came from the San Diego State team that went to the Final Four a number of years ago. So I always say, is he going to go back to the San Diego State homecoming because, he led that program. He helped lead that program to a Final Four. He came here, played 1 year. That team did not go to the Final Four. I mean, Caleb obviously helped lead North Carolina to a Final Four. Do you see, how do you look at that? Do you see Caleb as maybe being a guy that eventually will be a part of North Carolina celebrations in the future because he was a part of a Final Four team?
Yeah, it's so complicated, and it's such on an individual basis. I think Caleb would get a huge welcome back in Chapel Hill because he made one of the biggest non-championship shots in Carolina basketball history with his three-pointer against Duke in 22. So just purely for that reason alone, he would be someone who people would love to see back at Carolina. I do think it's very complicated about where you feel like you're at home. And you get these players for maybe just 1 year, and sometimes they click. Like, for example, Brady Manick. He comes back to Chapel Hill all the time. He was only at Carolina for 1 year and lived the entire rest of his life in Oklahoma. And when he comes home, he comes to Chapel Hill. But then you've got guys like a Pete Nance, who was at Carolina for 1 year and I think doesn't feel very attached to North Carolina. So a lot depends on what happens when you're there. But in Caleb's case specifically, he would get a huge cheer at the Smith Center anytime he was around, and I do think there's some hope that he'll be around in the summer moving forward.
Adam Lucas is joining us, Carolina Insider Pod. Talk a little bit about the dynamic of the Wildcats and the Tar Heels. Then on the flip side, Henry Vasar starts his career here, had a breakout season 2 years ago in helping that team get to the Sweet 16 and win a Big 12 basketball championship as well during his times here, and then he goes to North Carolina and has a really great solid season like we knew that he would. What was Henry's year like this past year? Obviously disappointment for the team as a whole that you guys got upset early in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, individually he was very good. Rebounded a little more than I think he had at Arizona and showed a very diverse offensive game. He could score close to the basket. He could score away from the basket. Great teammate, played with a lot of energy. No one, I don't think, has really anything negative to say about Henry Vasar other than it's too bad he doesn't have 6 years of college left. But for all we know, the NCAA will change that by next week, so maybe he will.
Exactly. Adam Lucas is joining us. He is the Carolina Insider Podcast. Now, Derek Dixon, the third player in this trilogy. Last year did not start the year as a starter for the Tar Heels, but worked his way into that position. Now he's transferring here to the University of Arizona. What can Wildcat fans expect in this young guard?
Well, first of all, and most importantly, great kid. I mean, I think he's the kind of person that you want to have on your team and you want to be around. He's not going to get into trouble. He's not going to do things that embarrass you to say that guy is a Wildcat. So that part is nice. Basketball-wise, Carolina tried a few different things with him. I think they really wanted him to be a point guard, but I'm not really sure he is, or at least not like an elite type of point guard. But if you put him at shooting guard, he can really shoot. And he made some big shots for Carolina this year in some clutch situations when you wouldn't necessarily expect a freshman to even be willing to take those type of shots, much less make them. So that was the positive about him. I think for Carolina to get where they want to go, I think he might have been in more of a bench role, and I'm not sure he was super excited about that. So I think a lot of it depends on what you're asking him to do. If you're asking him to be the engine and the point guard of a national championship team at this point today, I'm not sure that's what he is. Certainly he's got 3 years left. And I think the good thing about him is you do kind of expect him to be around. Like, he's probably not going to the NBA after this coming year. So there's some chance for development there. And hard worker and plays hard. So I think the chances that he will develop are pretty high.
A new era at North Carolina with Michael Malone, NBA coach, who led the Nuggets to a world championship several years ago. What's the early thoughts on Michael Malone and what's the future of North Carolina basketball is going to be?
Yeah, it's a lot different. We're not accustomed to someone who we didn't have some sort of background with before he got here, and nobody really knew that much about Michael Malone other than his daughter plays volleyball at Carolina. But he's been a good fit, and he's surrounded himself with a couple folks who do have a Carolina background and also a couple folks who do not, which I think is important because it was time for that. It was time for some different ideas and just some different paths in there. Clearly, it appears that he can coach basketball. We won't find out for sure until November, but the NBA record would suggest that he can. So I think people are excited about that. But as with everybody else in college basketball, this time of year is about getting some players and figuring out who's going to be on the roster and then trying to figure out what to do with them come fall.
Adam Lucas joining us, Carolina Insider Podcast. Adam, what can you tell us from your standpoint about how serious it got between North Carolina and Tommy Lloyd?
Well, I think anybody would be serious about Tommy Lloyd on that end. I mean, he's one of the best coaches in college basketball who's established a great program there. He appears to have done it the right way. He's done it consistently. I mean, he's all the things that you would want in a college coach. So I think anybody who had an opening, no matter whether that was North Carolina or anybody else in the country. Would be wrong to not take a look at Tommy Lloyd and just gauge the temperature and see how happy he is. And sounds like he's a whole lot happier now because he doesn't have a boss anymore and he's got a lot more money. So that's a good combination.
Yeah, what do you make of that whole? What do you make of basketball coaches reporting directly to the school president?
We are unfamiliar with that setup, so I don't really know anything about that. But it sounds like it sounds like that's what Coach Lloyd wanted to do, and he's earned the right, I think, to be able to do that.
What's the next book, Adam? For book number 8, is it in the works?
It is. I'm working on a book on Eric Montross, our longtime friend here in Chapel Hill and member of the radio network, and just all-around unbelievable guy who. Of course, passed away from cancer a couple of years ago, and so working on a book on him that'll be out next summer.
All right, speaking of the radio network, do you know any of the behind-the-scenes folks over there? Do you know my guy Kenneth Dyke over there?
I know the name. I don't know him as well personally, but yes. I mean, as you know, that world is a small world.
There you go. Adam Lucas, you can find him. It is the Carolina Insider Podcast. He also writes for GoHeels.com, everything. Check out one of those books as well. Okay, so if I had to pick up one of the books, which one should I pick up? The 100-year one, I would imagine, was probably the one at the top of the list.
I don't know. I mean, I think if you're not a Carolina fan, I would pick up the one on the 57 team just because that's a little piece of history that most people don't know. They went undefeated and beat Wilt Chamberlain in a triple overtime national championship game. So it's a really good story, even if you don't have any affinity for the Tar Heels. As long as the guy who was writing it didn't screw it up.
1957, North Carolina Tar Heels. There you go. Adam, hey, appreciate you taking some time to join us. If this pipeline between Carolina and Arizona continues into the future, we'll have you on again.
Sooner or later, we're bound to play on the court. We've been close a few times, but it's got to happen here sometime soon.
I'd like to see that happen. We played Duke enough the last recent few years. I'd like to see an Arizona-Carolina showdown for sure. Adam Lucas, Carolina.
We're a lot more fun than them. Don't hang out with them.
There you go. I would not, as someone who spent some time living over on the coast in Wilmington, I would not disagree with that. Adam Lucas, Carolina Insider Podcast. Dragon Ball's getting you home every 20 minutes on the 5s with your traffic.
Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center. This is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Traffic at Alvernon and Grant down to 1 lane in each direction with no left turn permitted in that area. Columbus Boulevard and Dodge Boulevard, both north of Grant, are open, but Columbus and Dodge, both south of Grant, remains closed. Meanwhile, traffic on Grant east of Country Club to Swan is still impacted by the widening work happening there. For your weather, currently getting down to the point where we're at 91 degrees. The cool down happening where we're going to get to 87 by 6. I'm Dragon Ball, your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Taco Bell. Taco Bell turned Diablo sauce into a dust, and they're dusting the new Diablo dusted crispy chicken nuggets in it. A brand new classic, only at Taco Bell. At participating U.S. Taco Bell locations for a limited time and while supplies last.
Tune in this Thursday at 6 p.m. as Chip Hale and your Arizona Wildcats host the BYU Cougars for a 3-game series at High Corbett Field on your home for University of Arizona Athletics. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Sponsored by Progressive Insurance. Progressive can help you protect your home, auto, boat, motorcycle, ATV, and RV, and more. And if something wasn't mentioned that you had in mind, find out if it can be covered at Progressive.com or 1-800-PROGRESSIVE, because it probably can be.
The countdown is on for the 2026 NFL Draft presented by Bud Light. Catch all 7 rounds, 3 days, live from Pittsburgh, April 23rd through 25th. Watch every pick live on NFL Network, ESPN, and ABC. NFL Network is also streaming with NFL Plus. It all starts Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. Visit NFL.com/draft for more information. Subscription required for NFL Plus. Visit plus.nfl.com for terms.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. 4, $6, and $8 Biggie deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Swing into spring with $145,000 in cash and prizes only at Casino del Sol. Every week, you could win up to $1,000 in free play and win an invitation to the grand finale on May 29th, where $20,000 in cash and prizes is up for grabs. Don't strike out. Stop by for your free daily entry ticket and get in on the action. Join us for drawings every Friday and Sunday at 6 p.m., 7 p.m., and 8 p.m. only at Casino del Sol, an enterprise of the Pasquayaki tribe.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought. This AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Everyone loves a backyard barbecue, but who has the time? I'm Josh Bishop, owner of Fork and Fire in Oro Valley and Catalina. My brother, best friend, and I have been cooking for one another and our neighbors for years, and we still get to live our passion every day at Fork and Fire. In Oro Valley, you'll discover bold, smoky brisket, ribs, pulled pork, and many creative dishes paired with local craft beers on tap and specialty cocktails. Fork and Fire, your neighborhood backyard barbecue, where great food meets good times and strong community. Join us today at Fork and Fire, Oro Valley, and in Catalina.
Full Send Golf.
You guys know how much I really love golf, and I think every week would be dope to post on the Golf Channel. I want to get a lot of guests on here.
Salim's going to take lead. I'm down to be in it. It's not really work to play golf.
Join the party on the golf course.
I was like, let's go to the range.
Oh.
So what are we putting on it?
We said 10K, right?
10K?
All right. We probably bet more than all the other golf channels, right?
10K,
9 holes. Those guys bet for like cookies.
I feel like I'm going to shank it.
This guy's been training like a Navy SEAL when it comes to golf.
I'm very excited. You excited?
Yeah.
Full Send Golf. Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Don't miss out on any of the action.
Somebody broke a box, a rare Pokemon card, Gengar. Is that a character? Gengar?
Gengar.
I shouldn't say this because you all go running back to my office trying to pick off my Pokemon cards because they're like all over the place. All right, so I'm going to hang on to this Toxtricity because I think that might be worth something.
Stop touching it.
It's kind of shiny.
DK uses polish. It was very effective.
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Do you need your home repiped? Having trouble with your water heater? Leaking toilet? Have you ever thought about an instant recorded seweroscopy? Then call Economy Plumbing Service at 885-3510. Because if water goes through it or to it, we do it. Economy Plumbing, 885-3510.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Victor Wembanyama was named NBA Defensive Player of the Year last night, the first player to win the award unanimously. Timberwolves center Rudy Gobert clearly took exception to losing the award to Wembanyama last night and held Nikola Jokic to just 1 of 8 shooting in their individual matchup, and Timberwolves win. Gobert said after the game, it's not the first time he's been disrespected. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Now that Wendy's has these new biggie deals, everyone in the family can get what they're craving, from nugs to JBCs. The parental units can get an $8 biggie bundle, the eldest who think they're so grown can get a $6 biggie bag, and the little one who can do no wrong can get a $4 biggie bites. You know, assuming they have a credit card. No, I'm kidding. We take cash too. 4, $6, and $8 biggie deals for the whole family. Only at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Dragon Ball may be upset with how his teams are doing, but I'm not upset with mine.
Wade hesitated, delivered it to Harden.
Harden's so good in low point situations, and he drills it with the clock on his back. Wow, Harden, no good on a three. Oh, it is good. Whoa! That is pillow soft touch for James Harden.
Yeah, Cavaliers win again last night against the Raptors. If this is the Cavs team we get throughout this postseason, that team with the three-man combo, Donovan Mitchell, James Harden, and Evan Mobley, that team can go to the finals. Now, I'm not saying they're going to beat Oklahoma City. I'm not that crazy. But that's the team that we've seen in games 1 and games 2 in that series. That's the team when you go out and make a trade for a James Harden, even though he's got a history of not being able to get it done in the postseason. That is the team, as my one camera goes awry here, that is the team that can get to the postseason. So good to see from my boys in the first 2 games in their series against Toronto, as that series now shifts back above the border to the North. All right, if you are a fan of the Cavaliers or Raptors, want to hear from you, 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. So we start off with them, the Cavaliers, because that was one of our Westwood One top plays from last night. We had several of our Westwood One top plays last night, and one of them, in fact, we had 2 involving that Cavaliers-Raptors game. We had the over, and again, these were the ones we basically didn't flip any of their picks last night. Maybe we should have, because we lost our ass once again in these bets. We had Cavaliers-Raptors, the over point total of 222.5. The final score in that game was 115-105. 220. So we lost on that. We had the over. It came in 2.5 points under. Rats. We fell on that one there. We also had a parlay. We let Nick Costos talk us into a parlay that involved the Cavaliers winning and the Knicks winning. The Cavaliers did their part. The Knicks, unfortunately, though, did not do their part, losing to the Hawks in Game 2, 107-106. So we lost that parlay. Also, we had, on the hockey side, in game number 2, Minnesota over Dallas, which probably, again, that was going to be an upset if that happened, and it did not. So Dallas won 4-2 over the Minnesota Wild. We had the Wild over the Stars at plus 118. That was only our only plus bet of the evening, and we lost that. So basically, we lost all 3 of our bets last night. Not a good night, to say the least. Will tonight be any better? Let's find out if we can get a win on tonight.
What's up, everybody? Nick Costos here, helping you beat the books with Westwood One Sports. Coming up tonight in the pro basketball playoffs, Game 2 of the first-round series with Philadelphia and Boston. Boston a 14.5-point favorite after Boston blew out Philly in Game 1. And I want to take the points with Philly here. Philly shot 4 of 23 from 3 in Game 1. If they shoot a little better from 3-point tonight, I think they cover the spread. Bet smarter and beat the books. Download the BetMGM app today.
All right, so now Philadelphia lost by 30 points in Game 1 of that series. He's saying take the Sixers and the 14.5 points. Now, this game has already started, so we've already laid down our play. You might still be able to get in on the line, although it's in the second quarter now. The play here, in terms of, as far as I'm concerned, I don't like that. I think even if they shot better, I still think the Sixers are going to lose by a lot tonight. So I'm taking the Celtics and laying that 14.5 points tonight at home in Game 2 against the Sixers. This game, again, is in the second quarter right now. And the Celtics right now are only up by 4. 35-31 is the score right now. Celtics leading the Sixers. Jason Tatum, 9 points early. Tyrese Maxey has 10. But I'm taking the Celtics and laying that 14.5 points tonight against the Sixers. Now, you may have heard earlier in our show, also tonight you've got the Rockets and the Lakers. So there's 2 other games in the NBA tonight. Portland is at San Antonio. Game 2 there. Spurs lead 1-0. That is the 1-8 matchup. And then, the 2-7 matchup. And then Rockets-Lakers. Lakers 4, Rockets 5, I believe, is that one right there. 4-5. I don't always remember what the seedings are. Lakers got the upset there in Game 1. I don't know if it's upset. They were home. But most people believe the Rockets are a better team than the Lakers. And so they're up 1-0, Game 2 right there. So in that game, we've got Jabari Smith, the forward for the Rockets, over 6.5 rebounds at -105. So there you go. Jabari Smith, over 6.5 rebounds at -105. Let's see what Jabari Smith has done lately. Forward out of Auburn. And in his in Game 1, he had 12 rebounds, so that's a good start. And in the last few games of the regular season, 6'5", 6'9", 9, 5, 7, so right around that 6.5. He averages 7 rebounds on the season. So Jabari Smith, the over, sounds like a pretty good play. That's the one they told us to play. So we'll go ahead and take that play, even though we probably shouldn't. But we will. We'll take the play and see if we can come up with a win there and get back on track after we lost our ass last night with all of our picks. 520-848-1290. If you are a fan of the Celtics or the Sixers, where are you standing right now on that Celtics -14.5? I know we have a lot of Eastern-based folks out here in Southern Arizona, so let me know where you stand on that. All right, don't forget, tomorrow we are going to be back out at Showtime Cards. It is Wednesday. It is Wild Card Wednesday. This show was initially scheduled for earlier in the month, but it was right after the Final Four, so we pushed it back to later in the month because we weren't sure. We were hoping. One of the reasons we pushed it back, it was initially supposed to be the 8th. The 8th? Yeah, the 8th was 2 weeks ago. We were pushing it back because we thought there might be like a parade, a championship parade happening, potentially, or more celebrations off a national championship. And unfortunately, that did not happen, as the Wildcats did not make it to the national championship game, losing in the semifinals to Michigan. So we will get back out to Showtime Cards tomorrow, and should be a whole lot of fun times. We'll break some boxes. We break football, basketball, baseball. NBA playoffs are going on, so I'm sure we'll talk a lot of basketball with George Maris. I mentioned I got caught up in some child shows when I was back on my Philadelphia trip. My little nieces, one is 4 going on 5. The other one is 3 years old, and they were watching this South Korean anime, a cartoon called Catch Teeny Ping. So we'll find out from George if there are any cards associated with the South Korean anime show Catch Teeny Ping that I can buy and maybe send back to my nieces, so they can. I don't even know if they would understand what trading cards are, but who knows? Maybe they might. All right, coming up in the 5 o'clock hour, we're going to get into Arizona tennis. They are awaiting their assignment. They are likely going to host again this year at the NCAA for the first round level. They hosted last year. They are one of the better teams in the country. They won the Big 12 regular season championship for a second consecutive year. Did not get the double, though. Fell in the final of the Big 12 tournament championship to TCU. TCU 2 years ago won the national championship. Wildcats tried to get to that point where they can consistently, Clancy Shields' program is one of the most exciting programs on campus, and has been for the last 4 or 5 years. I mean, what he has done with that men's tennis program is just nothing short of phenomenal. He has put them into the national conversation. They've got talent that's going on to the professional ranks. Colton Smith now playing on the professional tour. I would imagine Jay Friend, we are going to see him playing on the professional tour as well. Alexander Sasha Rosen is going to join us on the show coming up at the 5 o'clock hour. We'll get his perspective on this past season, winning the regular season championship undefeated. They did not lose a game in conference play during the regular season before falling 4-0 to TCU in the final. We'll get his thoughts on what happened there and what awaits next week once the Wildcats get back to the national championship or to the NCAA championships again. They have been a team that now is very capable of getting to the second weekend. It is now a Sweet 16 program. I think you know I have my baselines for all the programs, and there's no question that they have put themselves in the conversation now of being a Sweet 16 caliber program on the men's tennis side, and it is really, really good to see that is continuing. Sky's the limit for Clancy Shields and the Arizona men's tennis team. The ladies also expecting to get a berth back to the NCAA tournament. They fell, I believe, in the semifinals at the Big 12s last week, but they are likely going back to the postseason as well. So tennis is in good hands with Ryan Stoutland on the ladies' side, Clancy Shields on the men's side. Great to see those programs doing as well as they are. Also, in the next hour, we will get to, I'll let you hear from, I promised you Danny Gonzalez. We'll let you hear from Danny Gonzalez probably right here at the top of the hour. We'll get into Noah Fifita. I also want to touch on Genesis Smith. If we can get to Genesis today, we might not do. We might have to wait and get to Genesis tomorrow. But what we saw last year with Genesis and kind of maybe a little bit of a slippage in his play midway through the season was made crystal clear by something he said at the Combine, which you may not have ever heard him say. We'll get you that as well and dive in to a little bit about some of the circumstances that happen throughout a season that we might not know about as fans and as media. DK on the Sports Tip. You are listening to Wildcats Radio 1290. Stay with us as we kick into the 5 o'clock hour.
Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center. This is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. You have an accident with injuries over at South Columbus Boulevard and East Sylvain Drive. This is just north of 29th Street, so some slowdown is expected here on Columbus as you get to there. Meanwhile, eastbound I-10 Tangerine Road off-ramp is closed through May the 1st. You can utilize either the Marana, Abbott Valley, or Twin Peaks off-ramps instead. Your weather currently sitting at about 91 degrees. We'll continue to go ahead and cool off till we get to 76 tonight. I'm trying to walk through Wildcat Trail 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Summit Racing Equipment.
It's Car Care Month, and Summit Racing has what you need for bumper-to-bumper care. Revive the interior, exterior, underhood, and more. Shop SummitRacing.com. Use promo code RADIO for $10 off an order of $100 or more. Exclusions apply. Offer ends May 3rd, 2026.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care and a community of grateful Wildcat fans as we say thank you and congratulations to Coach Lloyd and our Arizona Wildcats on a record 36 wins, Big 12 championship, and a trip to the Final Four. Thank you for another great year. For nearly 6 decades, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care has been an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. We've seen a long history of Wildcat teamwork and excellence, and we know Arizona drivers are counting on that same kind of service for their car's next championship drive to work, school, or back home again. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care will be there with affordable tires and award-winning service at 14 area locations. This month, we've got an entire page of online savings for Wildcat fans. Check out jackfurriers.com/bear down and save up to $140 on the tire brands you love, like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal, and even more championship savings on automotive service. Stop by, call ahead, or make an appointment online. We're ready to help. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 2026-2027 season, featuring 6 blockbuster Tucson musicals, including Elf, The Outsiders, The Bodyguard, The Notebook, The Great Gatsby, and more. Add Disney's The Lion King to your package for the ultimate season. Secure your signature package today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and get your 2026-2027 season tickets today.
My heat and air were in a state of disrepair. Spring is here and we've already experienced hot weather. Is your air conditioner ready for the long hot summer? For the month of April, Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing will be offering a $99 home wellness plan for all new customers. This includes your spring maintenance, fall maintenance, and a plumbing maintenance. Call now 520-492-0748 or make your appointment online at picturerockscooling.com.
Picture Rocks Cooling, Heating, and Plumbing.
Every day is a balancing act with work, family, goals, all asking for more. It helps to have tools that meet you at every step and a team that will always be by your side. We're ICCU. We're a credit union that has been helping members achieve financial success since 1940. In fact, we put members' success first, one by one, year after year, for 85 years and counting. Now, we're here for you, Tucson. Join us, ICCU.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-Made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no, how bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
Nobody covers your cats like we do. We are the home of your Arizona Wildcats. KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus media station. Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Takes a snap out of the shotgun. Straight back to the door. Here comes the rush. Throws his head, and it's knocked away. Cozio, the intended receiver. Heck of a play by Genesis Smith. Right on target to slap the ball away.
That's Arizona defense right there. They pressured the quarter. They came with pressure. Wigman was getting hit as he was throwing the ball. And then you saw that perfect coverage by Genesis Smith coming downhill and batting that down. That's perfect defense by Arizona.
Genesis Smith going to be one of the Wildcats that'll be on the draft board coming up. We are now 48 hours, officially 48 hours away from the NFL draft, the commencement of the first round. Now, Genesis, Dalton, Traden, Stooks, the three Wildcats expected to be the most high, will not hear their names called likely in the first round, but we could begin to hear the names of some of them second day, more likely as we get into the third day of the tournament, of the draft coming up Thursday, Friday, and Saturday of this week. Now, it's very interesting, the situation involving Genesis Smith. And we're getting caught up on a lot of stuff here as we finally get out of basketball and turn our focus into other things. And we, kind of get blinded to, tunnel vision a lot during the basketball season to what's happening there. And lose track of some of the other things that are happening around Arizona athletics, in particular the Combine. But Genesis Smith was at the Combine, and he said something there that put into perspective some analysis that we had of Genesis's play last year. Now, Genesis, obviously one of the top players on the defense, got off to a really good start to the season. I think we gave him game balls the first two Wildcats wins of the year. But then his play kind of began to slip as the season went on. And I think it was after, I want to say, and I retweeted today, it was after the Houston game. The Wildcats win. They lost at Houston, a game that was real tight. And then, there was that section where they lost the 2 games in a row to Houston and BYU. And we started kind of wondering what this team was going to be. And he got his lowest PFF, Pro Football Focus, grade of his career. And I pointed out a number of plays that I just said, this is the worst I've seen him play. And now it all makes sense after we hear this, what Genesis talked about when he was being questioned by the media at the NFL Combine. This was back right after the Super Bowl in February.
I was dealing with a fracture in my right foot, so kind of just wanted to rehab on that. I was dealing with it throughout the season, so wanted to just take a little time off and get my foot right.
When did you fracture it?
I fractured it in the middle of the season, Oklahoma State game.
Kept playing?
Yeah, I kept playing the whole season.
Was your foot holding you back at all last year?
No, it wasn't holding me back. They kind of gave me pills and stuff before games, so it was kind of like a reliever of that. Yes, sir.
Yeah, painkillers to play through the pain. So, but you hear that, and again, there was no talk of an injury during the season. Sometimes there may be guys, play through. There was. What I will say is that there were times when the coaches said that guys are battling to be out there. They kind of vaguely gloss and say those types of things. There's guys that are playing out there that are battling to get on the field. And that leads you to know that there are guys out there that maybe aren't 100%, but are trying to get out there and play on game day. But, and we've got the new availability report. That's kind of being used in certain ways. I don't remember. I'd have to go back. I don't remember if Genesis Smith's name ever ended up on any of the availability reports. I'm sure we can go back and look at that, look at the availability reports last year. I don't recall his name being on the report at all last year. But now it makes sense. It absolutely now makes sense when you hear him say he broke his foot against Oklahoma State. That would have been game 5 of the year. And then he had the game against BYU. You remember that? I think their first touchdown against BYU, he took a wrong route, gave up the big 75-yard touchdown pass to, Parker Stinkson, Mr. Rape Man. Gave up that touchdown early in the game. And then the Houston game was the next week, the back-to-back losses. And I said, he's not playing well. And we talked about that on the post-game show after the Houston game, that Genesis was not playing well. Did not look like the Genesis that we had seen early in the season. Wasn't playing like the Genesis that we were expecting to see be one of the top defensive players on this team. Now it makes sense. Now it makes sense why we weren't seeing that Genesis Smith that we thought we were going to see.
I was dealing with a fracture in my right foot, so kind of just wanted to rehab on that. I was dealing with it throughout the season, so wanted to just take a little time off and get my foot right.
When did you fracture it?
I fractured it in the middle of the season, Oklahoma State game.
Kept playing?
Yeah, I kept playing the whole season.
Was your foot holding you back at all last year?
No, it wasn't holding me back. They kind of gave me pills and stuff before games, so it was kind of like a reliever of that. Yes, sir.
Now, again, Genesis Smith is one of your, look, he's your leader. He's the chief energy officer, your CEO. He's the chief energy officer. So, I don't know, what was he dealing with? Was he 70%? Was he 80%? But he's one of those guys. 80%, you'll take 80% of Genesis Smith over 100% maybe of the guy that's playing behind him. He's that good. But again, it was clear to us, it was clear to me over about the course of a 3-game stretch, and again, we discussed it on this program, that he just didn't look right. He wasn't playing right. I think I even asked Danny Gonzalez in a press conference about that when I felt like he wasn't playing at 100%. Again, perfectly within the right of that coaching staff not to say anything about that injury. But here's one of the things that I find very interesting about that and about protecting players in that respect. And it's something that Brent Brennan has talked about extensively. And that's the scrutiny that these players are under right now. The scrutiny that they face after these games, the sometimes vitriol that can come from fan bases and members of the media on social media. We dove into that with Kylan Boswell at the Final Four. Head on over to our Twitter account, our Facebook page, if you didn't hear what Kylan had to say after Illini was eliminated. But Brent Brennan on a number of occasions has come out and said, part of what we have to do is build these kids up from the assault that they take when they don't play well. And then you come into a situation like this, and look, I'm not blaming Brent Brennan or this coaching staff or anybody for not telling us what was going on with Genesis Smith and that injury, but clearly we saw that he wasn't playing well. We're talking about the fact that he's not playing well, but we don't know the full story. We don't know the full story. We always say maybe he's not 100% because you always have to. When you see a kid's play drop so dramatically, such a dramatic level from where he was, you almost nowadays have to assume he must not be completely healthy. Even though they're not saying it, you almost have to assume that nowadays, that he's not completely healthy. But again, part of the hits, and again, it's Genesis Smith, different type of player. He's one of your captains. Maybe we can put him in that situation. We're not going to say anything. People might talk about the fact he's not playing well, but Genesis has a good enough head on his shoulders that he can take that. He can take it. It's not going to affect him. It's like the old adage that you have to coach certain players differently than other players. Like you can get on like Dick Tomey could get on Kelvin Ifan because he knew Kelvin Ifan could handle that. But maybe he couldn't get on the next guy, the other guy, because that guy couldn't handle it. Okay? So maybe if it's not Genesis Smith, a player that they know is one of their leaders, Genesis can handle scrutiny. He can handle maybe if there's going to be people out there that see that he's not maybe quite playing up to what his level is, and they're talking about that. Genesis can handle that better than maybe another guy on the roster who might crumble and be one of those guys that Brent Brennan has to build back up because people are coming at him on social media. But again, it's a slippery slope that these coaches have to play in this respect, because part of what we just talked about, Brent Brennan saying, we have to build these kids up because they're taking shots on social media. But yeah, part of that is you put them in that situation by not revealing the entire story. And so it's part of the slippery slope that these coaches have to play with these players. And again, if that's another kid that, we don't want, we know he's not healthy. We know he's not playing well. We know people are going to come at. We know the fans are not stupid. They're going to see he's not playing well. He might take some shots. We don't want him taking those shots. He doesn't have the mentality to be able to handle that. So we're going to be more forthcoming about his situation. But a player like Genesis, who we know can handle it, maybe we just don't say anything because he's built up so much cachet. He's our foundation guy. He's out there in the community. But even I said, it's like, look, it's great, all these things he's doing, but you still got to go out there on Saturday and play well. Now we understand that piece about why he wasn't playing well. 520-848-1290, 520-848-1290. Dragon.
with unknown injuries reported around town. First one over at South Alvernon Way and East Irvington Road. All directions at that intersection grinding to a stop right now, so do try to avoid Alvernon and Irvington if you can. The other incident, again, with unknown injuries, West Twin Peaks Road and West Camino de Mañana. Twin Peaks seeing a majority of the backup here as you get to that cross street. For your weather, we're finally getting out of the 92s. We're at about 91 degrees, being at about 87 here once we hit 6 o'clock. I'm Dragon Ball through Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Burger King. Burger King has been working on the Whopper, and thanks to you, it's never tasted better. Flame grilled beef, crisp produce, and a perfectly toasted bun. Whether it's been weeks or years, come try the Whopper again for only $3.99 on Whopper Wednesday. Terms apply. Visit bk.com/terms.
Download our app. It slaps. Nobody covers Southern Arizona sports like we do. Don't miss out on any of the highlights, stories, and analysis. The flagship home for Arizona Wildcats athletics, Wildcats Radio 1290.
Every morning, we rise and shine, make breakfast, and brush away the night's rest. These routines help us start the day off right. Nature-made vitamins are a simple step in that daily care regimen. Multivitamins with daily essentials, clinically studied probiotics for gut health support, magnesium to help relax the body. Nature-Made is made to care for you every day. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Wendy's new Biggie Deals lets you choose whatever you're in the mood for. It's like a music mixing board of deals, and you're the producer. Go with some chill folk music with a JBC in the $4 Biggie Bite snack. Try the drum and bass of deals with a double stack in the $6 Biggie Bag. Or go full-on sandwich symphony with an $8 Biggie Bundle, the grand finale of snacking. And the best part? They all come with napkins. $4, $6, and $8 Biggie Deals how you want them at Wendy's.
Price and participation may vary. Single items at regular price. Prices may be higher in Alaska, California, and Hawaii.
There's only one place to catch Brian Jeffries, the voice of your Arizona Wildcats.
Grabbed by Del Orso, who drives the baseline and slams it home. He did what?
We are Wildcats Radio 1290.
Oh my gosh, Ted, why are you digging up the yard?
I'm looking for that stupid pipe. The bathroom drain is still clogged.
Shouldn't we call Goodfellas AC and Plumbing? You know, the professionals?
I found the pipe.
Whatever clogs your drains, leave it to the professionals at Goodfellas AC and Plumbing. The choice your family can count on for quick, reliable plumbing service using Permaliner to fix pipes and drains without digging up the yard. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Softball and baseball season has arrived in Tucson, and tickets are on sale now. From the greatest setting in softball at Hillenbrand Stadium to the dingers into the Tucson sunset at High Corbett, you won't want to miss any of the action this season. Tell a friend, bring the kids, and spend your evenings at the yard, as the Wildcats are sure to put on a show. Get your tickets now by calling 520-621-2287 or visiting ArizonaWildcats.com/tickets. Bear down.
Hey, that was our exit. We're gonna miss the first pitch.
Just gotta make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now you can get an extra $10 bonus on your first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry's stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code AZ3.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Sean Furrier for Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care and a community of grateful Wildcat fans as we say thank you and congratulations to Coach Lloyd and our Arizona Wildcats on a record 36 wins, Big 12 championship, and a trip to the Final Four. Thank you for another great year. For nearly 6 decades, Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care has been an official corporate sponsor of Arizona Athletics. We've seen a long history of Wildcat teamwork and excellence. And we know Arizona drivers are counting on that same kind of service for their car's next championship drive to work, school, or back home again. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care will be there with affordable tires and award-winning service at 14 area locations. This month, we've got an entire page of online savings for Wildcat fans. Check out jackfurriers.com/bear down and save up to $140 on the tire brands you love, like Michelin, BF Goodrich, and Uniroyal, and even more championship savings on automotive service. Stop by, call ahead, or make an appointment online. We're ready to help. Jack Furrier Tire and Auto Care. Since 1960, we're here to get you there.
Hey, it's David Kelly, DK on the Sports Tip. Don't forget to download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app. It slaps. We've got full coverage of the Wildcats, the Suns, the Cardinals, the Diamondbacks, Pima College. Download the Wildcats Radio 1290 app today.
Westwood One presents Today in Women's Sports. The defending WNBA champion Las Vegas Aces tipped off their training camp on Sunday. Led by superstar Asia Wilson, the Sin City squad has won 3 of the last 4 league titles, and they've returned most of their same roster from last year. The main headline from the Aces offseason is the re-signing of Wilson to a 3-year Supermax contract that will keep her in Vegas through 2028. Now the league's first 4-time MVP begins her quest to bring the Aces another championship.
It's the same motivation. The target just gets a little bit bigger, a little bit sharper when you are trying to defend something. But I think the mindset and how we want to operate and building on history, it's the same exact mindset as if we're losing. I know I'm approaching it. I'm not approaching it as a winner. I'm approaching that someone's trying to take what's mine, and I don't like that.
The Aces play the first preseason game on Sunday against the Japanese national team. With Today in Women's Sports, I'm Jody Jackson on Westwood One.
On the battlefield, there's a saying America's military men and women live by. Never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Off the battlefield, Wounded Warrior Project operates with the same goal. Wounded Warrior Project was created to help our men and women returning home with the scars of war, whether those scars are physical or mental. Wounded Warrior Project. We never leave a fallen warrior behind, ever. Learn more about what we do at woundedwarriorproject.org.
If you love to travel, Capital One has a rewards credit card that's perfect for you. With the Capital One Venture X card, you earn unlimited double miles on everything you buy. Plus, you get premium benefits at a collection of luxury hotels when you book on Capital One Travel. And with Venture X, you get access to over 1,000 airport lounges worldwide. Open up a world of travel possibilities with the Capital One Venture X card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. Lounge access is subject to change. See CapitalOne.com for details.
DK on the Sports Tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
All right, Arizona men's tennis awaiting to find out where they're going for the NCAA. Here at home, once again, to open things up when they get to the tournament. Let's talk some Arizona men's tennis. Pleased to be joined by Alexander Sasha Rosen, who joins us on the show. Now, Alexander, appreciate you taking some time to join us. Do you go by Alexander or do you prefer to go by Sasha?
Yeah. Either one is fine. I mean, Sasha is just a nickname, so most people just call me Sasha.
Okay, so how did you get that nickname?
It's just like Russian background. Alexander is basically means Sasha in Russian language. There's a lot of tennis players actually that are Alexander, but they go by Sasha. It's just like a nickname, kind of just a Russian thing, I would say.
Well, obviously, you mentioned you have a Russian background, but you grew up in Canada. Well, what's your family's history about how y'all got to be here and growing up in Toronto?
Yeah, I mean, I guess my dad moved my family over from Russia back, 20, 30 years ago, and I was born in Toronto and kind of grew up and played tennis all my life in Toronto. And I made my way to Arizona a few years ago.
Sasha Rosen, and is it Rosen? Am I pronouncing your last name correct?
Yeah, Rosen.
Sasha Rosen is our guest. He's a junior. All right, so you grew up in Canada playing tennis. Why not hockey?
Yeah, I get that a lot, actually. A lot of my close friends are hockey players, actually, but my mom, I've actually talked to her about it. She said she didn't want me to play as physical of a sport and not get hurt. And she didn't want to be in the cold all the time with like the hockey rinks and all of that comes with it.
And she wanted you to have all your teeth too.
Yeah, exactly.
So how does that work? I mean, obviously, so how often can you play outside? Did you grow up playing inside in Toronto? Yeah. I mean, what was that dynamic like, and how much you played? Were able to play outside how often of the year?
Yeah, no, I mean, most of the year is actually inside. It gets really cold. Gets to like minus 30 degrees Celsius. Some of the worst. I mean, I remember some really cold times. It's tough playing indoors a lot of the year, but then the summer it's really nice. But as a tennis player, you obviously want to play outside as much as possible. That's why I came to Arizona, to try to be in the heat all the time and feel the wind and the distance. You know, that's kind of what pro tennis is like. So yeah, I mean, it's tough to play and play in the cold weather all the time, but I kind of got used to it over the years.
So why'd you come here, Sasha? I mean, like this program has been steadily building into a national power over the course of the last 6 years. So that would have been just starting, I would imagine, when you were being recruited. What was the attraction for you wanting to come and play for Clancy Shields in this program?
Yeah. No, I mean, we had 2 Canadians before me, Nick Lagaev and Jared Horwood, that are both from Toronto. So I spoke to them a lot about, you know, the culture and then the coaches, and kind of heard a lot about amazing things about Clancy. A big part of it was that he was, you know, a very big developmental coach, which was what I was looking for. And then I spoke to Clancy and the coaches at the time that were there, and went on a visit, and I loved it a lot. I committed a few days after that.
We're chatting with Sasha Rosen. He's a junior for the Arizona men's tennis team, Big 12 champions this year, undefeated in the regular season. Since you got here, Sasha, and obviously the last couple of years have been the, you know, kind of the pinnacle of this program's ascension to being one of the best in the nation. What struck you immediately about the culture inside of this program?
Yeah, I mean, just everyone on the team like loves tennis, loves competing. Kind of just we all just love like the process of getting better, I would say. So we just want to be on the court and keep practicing, and, you know, keep getting in tough situations. And we've had really good leaders in the past, which has been really cool to play for like the older guys when I was a freshman, even last year. You know, we had Colton Smith, you know, Jay, who's still here. It's really cool. We've had really good role models, you know. So definitely that, like, Clancy's built a culture from the ground, and he's done an amazing job. And obviously I'm just trying to continue it and, you know, show the way for the younger guys as well.
You mentioned Jay. Obviously, he was honored last night at the Catsies, the athletics director leadership award. How is he as your leader, your guys' leader on that squad?
Yeah. I mean, Jay is he's kind of brings a smile to everyone in the room. I would say he's definitely one of the hardest working guys on our team. We'll be playing professional tennis, and, you know, wants it really bad. And it's inspiring, kind of seeing where he came from my freshman year with him being a sophomore to where he is now. It's a big jump that he's made, and yeah, he's definitely inspired all of us on the team and inspired the coaches, and it's really cool to see. And he's kind of like a big block for us right now. Obviously, I'm just, it's cool being a really close friend with him and getting to know him a lot over the years. It's been amazing.
All right, so you guys had your Big 12 tournament last week. Did not maybe go as well as you guys would have liked. Got to the final, but lost 4-0 to TCU. TCU obviously coming off 2 years ago won a national championship in men's tennis. What's it been like competing against them?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, they're talented young group of guys. Like they're really well coached. They're all really good tennis players, and it looks like they're doing something right over there. I mean, yeah, I don't really know what's going on, but yeah, it's every court. You know, it's a tough match. There's no, they don't really give you anything. You have to kind of go and take it from them because they'll be playing aggressive and going for their shots. So every time we face them, it's been really good matches and good experience playing those type of matches.
You've been playing mostly 2-3 in terms of the singles this year. It was actually your match in the semifinal. It came down to your match, a 3-set thriller, which you 7-6 won the first set 9-7, lost second set 6-4, won the final set 6-4. What was that match like for you to kind of be in that deciding role of a match? And how many times had you kind of been in that deciding role, where it's like, I got to be the one to finish this to get us to get us to where we can sing Olay at the end?
Yeah. Well, I've actually never been in a 3-all moment.
Wow.
My college career, I've seen a lot of it, but I've never been the guy to, clinch or lose a match. But it came down to my court at, I would say, I think 2-1 in the third set. And there was a ton of fans in Orlando, obviously supporting UCF, and obviously the UCF crowd they like to talk a lot and they get pretty loud, but but I don't know, I felt really calm and composed, and I just, we've been working super hard, and obviously as a college player you want a moment like that, and Clancy was reminding me that during that whole set, and I was just focusing on some key basic things and letting myself play and just have fun and enjoy the moment. I was playing for something bigger than myself there, playing for the boys, playing for Jay, playing for, our senior, and just kind of just remembering everything that I was playing for was kind of what got me through. It was amazing. One of the best moments of my college career for sure.
All right, so now you guys got kind of a week off because you finished out last week. Selection's not until coming. So what's this week like? Is it a dial down week? Is it kind of the same type of preparation week? Guys kind of maybe, getting healthy. What's this week like in between?
Yeah, it's no, we're not settling. Clancy is pushing us more than ever. It's no time to rest right now. It's kind of the final push. We're going to do everything we can to get ready for NCAAs. Whether we host the first 3 rounds or 2 rounds, that's not up to us anymore. We're kind of just doing our thing and trying to get better every day, trying to, keep working on some stuff. But ultimately, we want to be as ready as possible for come NCAAs.
I'd imagine, it's pretty, I never want to say pretty much assured, but I would imagine you guys are pretty confident you're going to host.
Well, yeah, I'm not exactly sure about the third round, first 2 rounds for sure.
Right.
But in terms of the third round, which we've never hosted, it's still up in the air, and we don't really know yet. We have to wait for the Big Ten tournament to finish.
But probably at least home for the first weekend. Coming up here, like you guys were last year. It's been a fun ride for sure to watch this program. I keep telling people, I know we love our basketball here, but this to me has been the most exciting program to watch over the course of the last 6 years, and what you guys have done and the fun you've had. And I can remember, 10 years ago, this program couldn't beat USC and UCLA, and now you guys have done that, and you've won conference championships and tournament championships, and been able to get to Sweet 16s, and it has just been a lot of fun. This is every time I interview one of you guys, I said you guys are going to be the ones that people are going to be talking about in 20 years when they remember, man, when U of A men's tennis got good, it was Colton Smith, it was Jay Friend, it was Sasha Rosen, it was those guys who Philip Gustafson who put this team on the map and made it what it is. So congratulations to you, Sasha, for being a part of that. Did you enjoy the Catsies? Did you have a good suit for the Catsies last night?
Yeah. No, it's a good event they put together every year. It's a lot of stuff to manage, so it was nice. Good to see Jay win a few awards, of course. But no, it was a fun time. It was good.
Outstanding. Well, Sasha, we'll wait and see what the selection says next Monday, and looking forward to the postseason. Continued success for you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much.
Alexander, Sasha Rosen, U of A men's tennis. Great to get a chance to hear from him for sure. All right, if you want to get in on that, if you got a chance to get out and see this team play this year, unfortunately, I did not Yeah, well, but I hopefully will get a chance because they'll be home likely next weekend. I look forward to getting out there. Where we were out there last year for the first round of the NCAA tournament. It was a whole lot of fun. So I'm glad they have put themselves in a position. All that basketball, I didn't get a chance to get out there. Any tennis during the regular season, but still time to do that. All right, one more segment to go. I promise you'll hear from the quarterback. And also Tristan Bounds talk today as well. We'll let you hear those guys coming up here. Dragon Ball getting you home every 20 minutes on the fives with your traffic and your weather.
For the Cruz & Associates Personal Injury Attorneys Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together. Reminder that 5th Street Improvement Project between Country Club and Wilmont will be going ahead and picking up again tomorrow for milling and paving on the south side of 5th Street between Country Club and Alvernon at 7 a.m. till 5 p.m. tomorrow. The milling and paving work followed by construction of the center lane. Completion for this section of the project set to be done by sometime in October. Meanwhile, for your weather, currently getting that temperature cool down right now, 89 degrees, as we'll go ahead and hit 89 tomorrow for your high. I'm Dragon Ball with your Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
You're close to your journey's end. You're winning half the battle, and then it happens. A rattle. You got this. Just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break.
Tune in this Thursday at 6 p.m. as Chip Hale and your Arizona Wildcats host the BYU Cougars for a 3-game series at High Corbett Field on your home for University of Arizona Athletics. Wildcats Radio 1290.
Did you know about 1 in 3 people with plaque psoriasis may also develop psoriatic arthritis, which causes joint pain, stiffness, and swelling? Does this sound like you? Listen to what it sounds like to be a million miles away. Tremfya guselkumab, taken by injection, is a prescription medicine for adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who may benefit from taking injections or pills or phototherapy, and for adults with active psoriatic arthritis. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infections and liver problems may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check you for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor if you have an infection, flu-like symptoms, or if you need a vaccine. Imagine being a million miles away. Explore what's possible. Ask your doctor about Tremfya. Visit Tremfya.com or call 1-800-526-7736.
So hot. Hi, can I help you?
Good afternoon. We're with Goodfellas AC Rapid Response Team.
But I didn't call yet.
That's how fast we are, man.
Just as I thought, this AC is out.
No, we're not gonna lose it. Come on. Don't you die on me.
Johnson, get a hold of yourself. Sorry, we take this very seriously.
Wow, you fellas are good.
It's not just a name, ma'am.
It's who we are kind of thing.
Good service, good prices, Goodfellas. GoodfellasAC.com.
Wildcat fans, it's time to renew your season tickets. Renewals are now live for Arizona football, men's and women's basketball, volleyball, and soccer. Not a season ticket holder? Well, now's your chance to become one, as new season tickets are also on sale. Visit ArizonaWildcats.com/renew or call 520-621-CATS, that's 621-2287, to renew or buy new season tickets. And remember, the deadline to renew is May 1st. Bear down.
Hey, that was our exit. We're going to miss the first pitch.
Just got to make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now you can get an extra $10 bonus on your first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code AZ3.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
You know it. Your neighbors know it. And let's face it, the mailman knows it too. Your yard just isn't what it used to be. But thankfully, Dorado Rock Materials can get you, well, your yard anyway, back to what it once was, and even better. Dorado Rock and Materials has just what your yard needs, from decorative rock to boulders and everything in between, brought right to you. And if you need help spreading it, we can help with that too. Dorado Rock and Materials. The right service, the right product, the right price.
Join David Kelly this Wednesday from 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards for Wild Card Wednesdays. Showtime Cards will have live box breaks happening right in the store. You never know what pulls might pop up. Whether you're into baseball, football, basketball, soccer, MMA, comics, Pokemon, Star Wars, or anything in between, Showtime Cards has something for every collector. Catch all the action this Wednesday, 3 to 6 at Showtime Cards, located on Speedway just east of Craycroft, with Wildcats Radio 1290.
This is a Westwood One Sports Minute.
Another GM is openly talking about trading down in Thursday's NFL draft. This time it's Seahawks GM John Schneider telling the media that the reigning champions are open for business and are looking to add draft picks. This would be a prime spot for a team to draft quarterback Ty Simpson if he's still on the board. But with a few other teams wanting to trade down for more picks, Simpson may not last until the end of the first round. I'm Adam Abdallah.
Furnished by IntelliBrands.
Have you ever felt leg pain, restlessness, cramps, tingling, swelling, numbness, itchiness, or coldness? Then you need the new patented Legsercise Pro, the natural circulation booster that uses continuous automatic leg movement to soothe pain and promote healthy circulation the natural, drug-free way.
Using Legsercise made walking painless again.
Legsercise Pro's patented walking simulator propulsion technology moves your feet back and forth along its concave track, creating constant movement and flex at both the knee and ankle joints. It's like having a physical therapist right in your own home.
I have much less swelling and no more tingling.
Call right now and order your very own Legsercise Pro, the new proven automatic leg mover that soothes pain and naturally promotes healthy circulation. Call 800-555-1212. That's 800-555-1212. 800-555-1212 now.
These statements and products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or condition.
Hey DK, what's up? This is Tommy Bowie from Yachtly Crew. We heard you're a big Yachtly Crew fan and just wanted to say thanks and hope we see you Monday and Tuesday at the Pima County Fair. Love your show. And, of course, go Wildcats.
Oh, man. My group, Yachtly Crew.
DK on the sports tip. Wildcats Radio 1290.
So you grab a piece of something that you think is gonna last. Well, you wouldn't even know a diamond if you held it in your hand. The things you think are precious, I can't understand. Are you reeling in the years? Storing away the time.
Singing one of my favorite Steely Dan songs, too. Did you get out to the fair to see Yachtly Crew last night? They are back tonight for the final of the two shows. I'm actually really disappointed. I generally see Yachtly Crew every time they come to town. I unfortunately am not able to get out to either show this year, but a whole lot of fun. Get out there 7:30 tonight out at the Pima County Fair. The fair has been going on all week. Back-to-back shows for Yachtly Crew here in southern Arizona. I've never seen them at I've seen them at the Rialto. I've seen them at Ava Amphitheater. And I've seen them at last year they were at the Centurions big party that they have, the Centurions have every year out at the stadium, the Keno Veterans Stadium. Saw them out there last year. Would have loved to have seen them at the fair, but I just have so much going on right now. We'll dive into a little bit more of that coming up. The Kellys did a thing here, so just a lot happening that unfortunately I cannot take time out to go see my group, but man, they are really good. Pump that up, DJ DK. Yeah. Yachtly Crew. They've got a new lead singer now than what they used to have. Our guy, Philly Ocean's not with the group anymore, unfortunately. He had vocal issues. And we wish Philly a speedy recovery. And hopefully maybe eventually he gets back with the band. But still a whole lot of fun. Love our guy, the saxophone guy, when he goes out and does Baker Street out in the crowd. It's just a fun time. One of the best, if not the best, yacht rock bands that's out there right now. And they'll be tonight at the Pima County Fair. So head on out there at 7:30. 520-848-1290. Last segment here. We do want you to hear a little bit of the press conference today. We had a chance to hear from Tristan Bounds and Noah Fifita. Today, Tristan Bounds suffered an injury last year and missed the latter part of the season, but is coming back this year, and he talked about that with Noah Fifita today about the opportunity to return and play again at the University of Arizona.
Yeah, obviously super excited to be able to be back with this team. Kind of for a while, it was just waiting to see like.
Oh, before I go on, let me let you know that this is your Casino del Sol replay for today.
The Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
What was going to happen? And then obviously once I got that, I was actually on the plane and got a text from Coach O, like all fired up, and I had no idea what he was talking about because I couldn't get my email. But once he told me, super excited, and then just been rolling from there.
And last year, you became a starter, became really productive. How do you think last year can set you up for this year? What lessons did you learn?
Yeah, I think just got a lot of experience. That was my first real significant playing time. And so just learning a lot through playing. But I think really just being in year two of the same offense, playing around the same guys, being comfortable with those guys, and then just building from there from a culture standpoint is going to be the biggest thing for us.
Michael and Jason?
Noah, it seems like Trey Spivey's making a lot of plays out there this spring. Where have you seen his game grow the most?
Yeah, I think Trey's such a special player. I will go as far to say he's a generational talent. His dad's an MLB star, so Trey's just he's shown glimpses. He's shown what he's capable of. I mean, seven touchdowns on 12 touches is special, but now you have him playing in the scheme. Now he's confident in what he's doing. And he knows the scheme. He knows the playbook, so he's lining up faster. He's gonna win every one-on-one you match him up with, and then. Obviously, we've seen how lethal he is with the ball in his hands. So as he continues to get more comfortable, I think I said this last year, as he continues to get more comfortable, he's going to get more dangerous. And we look forward to leaning on Spive to continue to be explosive for us. Jason and then Juan.
From Noah, Seth just said that, as well as you've played, one thing that you guys have discussed improving on is trusting the scheme at times. What do those conversations look like, and what does trusting the scheme look like for you?
Yeah, that's something I put in my notes a lot. I think Coach Deggy's offense is so special. I've said that many times. I think the scheme is one of a kind. But I think what makes Coach Deggy special is I've talked about his mentality, but I think his coaching points are legit as well. He's played the position at a high level, so he knows drop mechanics. He knows eye progressions. He knows how to keep me on time. So for me, I have proof from last season, but I also have proof from this spring that if I play in the system, if I play and I trust not just the scheme, but I trust his coaching points, there's going to be answers everywhere. So I think we've gotten better at that, and we got a couple more practices to continue to master it. Juan and then Damian.
Noah, last night you beat out guys like Jaden Bradley and Jay Friend, other great male student athletes to win the Sapphire Award. What did that mean to you, and were you surprised to win that award?
Yeah, I was surprised. It's an honor for sure. I'm extremely grateful to everybody that made that possible in terms of the voting process. Dr. Desiree and like you said, those are some great names. Jay's awesome, and then obviously we know what JB is. So it is a prestigious award that I'm really grateful for. But at the end of the day, football is the greatest team sport, and any individual accolade that comes with football, especially a quarterback, it's not possible without your team. So I'm just grateful that I'm a part of this team, and I look forward to making a lot of team memories this year and winning some championships. Damian and Justin.
Justin, between the injury and just sitting here today, what was the toughest moment or toughest part of the process of just getting back?
I think really the biggest thing is, for me, that was my first time ever being seriously injured and having a long rehab process. So I think just trusting the process and going day by day is the hardest part. It's really easy to want to look ahead to, the next milestone or what's coming. But just being where my feet are was the hardest thing. But it makes it a lot easier, when you have great teammates, you can lean on them. And those guys were always with me, always supporting me throughout this whole process. So that made it a lot better.
Speaking of that, I know we talk about it and you got this big smile on you and you're nodding along. How much does it mean to have this guy back?
I was probably the happiest when I got to hear that he got another year. I know we talked about it, and he was telling me that there was a possibility, so definitely praying about it and hoping for it. So when I got the news, I was super excited as well. But you talk about a professional, and he's been that way since he came in. He has a contagious personality. Everybody that's around him loves being around him. And then you talk about the professional he is on the field. He's been so dominant, been so successful, so I'm excited to get him back, not just for the year. And then you talk about the toughness part, and Coach Deggy's told this story to us a lot, but if you go back to that Cincinnati game, that was one of the bigger drives. I believe that was a touchdown drive. But we have a second down, and I couldn't remember exactly what we ran on second down. I'm sure it was a run play, but that's the play that he got hurt. Then you get to a 3rd and 4, and me personally, we called it gas. So we went on the ball, 3rd down, and it was one of our game plan plays where we hit an out route to Cam Barmore versus cover 0. So for me, it's just I saw cover 0. I knew I had a one-on-one matchup, so we made it happen. I look back and I see TB on the ground. So obviously there's concern and there's scare there, but I didn't really understand what the backstory was. So Coach Deggy's the one that broke it down the next day. But TB got hurt on the second down, and he knew that we're going gas tempo, and he knew that if he stayed down, Cincinnati would have a chance to sub. So with the broken ankle, he got up, he lined up, and in a cover 0 pressure, he hopped back. He kick-stepped with one leg, pushed the D in enough to allow me to step up and allow me to make a 3rd down conversion, which ended up being the game-winning touchdown. So you talk about toughness, that's the motto of toughness for sure.
Today's Casino del Sol replay is brought to you by Casino del Sol, home of award-winning dining, gaming, resorts, and golf.
How about you love to hear those stories there. Again, a story about a situation where a guy was hurt, stayed in the game, and was able to be a part of a pretty big play that led to a pretty fun season for Arizona football. That's going to wrap up our show for today. Thanks to Gianni Martinez from Aztec Tough Spirit Committee for joining us, Adam Lucas, Carolina Insider Podcasts, Alexander Sasha Rosen from Arizona Tennis, for Dragon Ball, for cricket, for J-Dub, both of those off today. I'm David Kelly. That's our time for tonight. Thank you very much for your time. We'll talk to you tomorrow from Showtime Cards on Speedway, 3 o'clock, DK on the Sports Tip. This is Wildcats Radio, 1290.
Around Tucson, you've probably seen Cruz on the road across our community. Because Cruz isn't just another law firm, we care about this community. And when one of our own is injured in an accident, we can help. Call 520-567-8000. Cruz & Associates, a firm you know, help you can trust.
From the Cruz & Associate Personal Injury Attorney Traffic Center, this is Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together. Couple accidents around town. First one with injuries at West Anklam Road and North Greasewood Road. A lot of backup on Anklam here at this intersection. The next one with possible injuries reported over at West Automall Drive and North Oracle Road. All the backup here mostly focusing on Oracle at the intersection. For your weather, currently sitting at about 88 degrees. Going to continue to get cooled down until we get to 76 tonight. I'm Dragon Ball with you, Wildcats Radio 1290 Traffic and Weather Together.
This report is sponsored by Brake Masters.
You're close to your journey's end. You're winning half the battle, and then it happens. A rattle. You got this. Just head on over to any Brake Masters stop sign. Download coupons and schedule an appointment from your smartphone.
Brake Masters. We give you an honest break. Hey, did you hear about that multi-billion-dollar Roundup settlement?
Yeah, it impacts people who are exposed to weed killers at work or at home, even if you just used it in your own yard. Lawsuits claim it causes non-Hodgkin lymphoma, a blood cancer.
But we're not sick, so that doesn't affect us.
But it does. This cancer can take 10 to 15 years to show up.
That's a long time after exposure.
It is, and that's why the settlement is paying claims for up to 21 years. If you get sick, even years from now, you could get $6,000 to $165,000 or more as part of the settlement.
So what's the catch?
If you stay in, you give up the right to sue them later.
Learn more at weedkillerclass.com or call 1-888-403-8201. If you or a loved one has or had non-Hodgkin lymphoma, even if they've passed, you must register for benefits. That's weedkillerclass.com. 1-888-403-8201. 8201. Paid for by the Roundup Settlement.
Broadway in Tucson presents the 2026-2027 season, featuring 6 blockbuster Tucson musicals, including Elf, The Outsiders, The Bodyguard, The Notebook, The Great Gatsby, and more. Add Disney's The Lion King to your package for the ultimate season. Secure your signature package today and get the best seats at the lowest prices. Visit BroadwayInTucson.com and get your 2026-2027 season tickets today.
We're chatting with our guest, always safety first, 811 Megaphone Man.
Call 811 before you dig.
You never stray from your mission of letting homeowners, landscapers, and excavators know you should always call 811 before you dig.
Call 811.
Call for both small and big jobs. And 2 working days in advance?
811.
Any parting words? And I'm guessing they will be.
Call 811 before you dig.
Brought to you by Southwest Gas.
811.
Hey, that was our exit. We're gonna miss the first pitch.
Just gotta make a stop at Fry's. I promised I'd bring nachos.
Nice. You have the Upside app too, right?
Upside? What's that?
Upside is a free app that gets you cash back when you buy groceries. And they just added Fry's stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area.
Wait, I can get money back just for buying groceries?
Yep. And right now you can get an extra $10 bonus on your first Fry's trip with the app. That's up to $25 cash back on one grocery run.
Even this Fry's store right here?
Yes. Now pull over. Let's get some cash back on those nachos.
Upside is now available for Fry's stores in the Tucson Sierra Vista area. Download the free Upside app and use promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus on your first purchase at Fry's. That's promo code AZ3 to get a $10 bonus. Remember, use promo code AZ3.
Offers vary by user and location at participating merchants. Go to upside.com for terms and conditions.
Wow, this is bad.
Oh no. How bad? When will my AC be fixed?
You know, I don't know. It's your flux capacitor. They don't make them anymore. Special order. Couple grand easy.
Oh my God, what?
Don't get air-conned into paying for shoddy service and stuff you don't need. Put Goodfellas on the job. Goodfellas AC will repair or install your AC the right way the first time. You'll know up front exactly what it'll cost and how long it'll take. No surprises and free second opinions. Good service, good prices, Goodfellas.
KCUB Tucson, a Cumulus Media Station. The Wildcats Radio 1290 studios are brought to you by ICCU at ICCU.com. We are your home for Arizona athletics. This is Wildcats Radio 1290.
The day shuts down. The games light up. This is BetMGM Tonight on Westwood One Sports.
Hey-o! Welcome on back. BetMGM Tonight, Westwood One Sports. We bid adieu to Brad Evans, and that means it is time for 2 solo hours. I'm Pat Boyle, and we're brought to you by BetMGM. Make it legendary. Download the app today. Please gamble responsibly. You can watch the show live on YouTube. Just search BetMGM Tonight and hit that subscribe button. You can watch the show live on Twitter at BetMGM Tonight. And you can listen to the show on the Westwood One Sports app, the Odyssey app, SiriusXM Channel 375, and hundreds of local affiliates throughout North America. Our talk and text line is 310-840-4910. You can call or you can text your thoughts on the show or any of the topics I dive into, 310-840-4910. Programming note, in 1 hour from now, we'll have Sal Licata on the show, former host at WFAN. He also does shows nightly on SNY. That's the TV home of the New York Mets. Huge New York sports fan. So we'll talk to Sal about the Giants and the Jets in the draft, considering they have 4 combined picks in the top 16. They're once again very popular in this draft. Talk to him about the Mets' 11-game losing streak. Nolan McLean had a perfect game. That's no longer the case, but the Mets trying to snap an 11-game losing streak. I'll ask him about the Knicks and that collapse last night. So a lot to talk to with my good buddy Sal Licata in an hour from now. But until then, open phone lines for you, 310-840-4910. I'm going to get to the Knicks because this is the first time, really having a